Hello.
Sorry, I'm posting.
Not Mateo. That Rihanna album ain't coming. Let's be serious.
Yeah, girl, you put that as your top.
Hey,
top news
that's
story.
what she told me. I have to go by, I listen to Rihanna and I trust in her. And if she says it's coming, then maybe it's coming.
Yeah, okay.
You guys are so negative. You didn't think there was going to be an act 2. So I don't know if you really are the person to ask.
Y'all thought Act 2 was going to be like a tour.
Hi, Yazzie. That didn't make sense. It never made sense. Hi, Olaf. Isaac, it's almost been 10 years since Anti. I don't have the strength to wait much longer, Riri. She says it's coming. I believe there's a concept. I believe there are songs.
Yeah.
Probably not. Yeah, Rihanna
There
is
will
like,
be songs. There will be songs. I'm sure there are songs.
I'm sure there are songs.
Somewhere.
I saw The Last 5 Years for the first time today. So good, Max. Did you watch the movie? Or I guess that's the only way one watch. It's not because the Broadway show hasn't opened yet, right?
Yeah, no.
No, okay.
The movie. Oof.
I know Steele is on
Love that
an
movie.
all-time high after that Traitors
Oh,
episode.
girl. It's coming.
God, is it coming? The thing is, we'll talk about it, but people, as much as I'm a person that's like, Matt, you're doing too much with Danielle, you're doing too much with Danielle, people being so mad is wild. Like, guys.
Kids, it's like, time to start that puberty and grow up.
It's just like, guys, it's just a game.
It's just a game.
And like, she got someone out. Like, she's still there. As
truly
bad as you think she's doing, she's still there.
And truly, what she did was not bad in the
It was
slightest. like truly just like strategic.
And I get like you maybe via the edit, Carolyn is more likable than Danielle. So you're
lovable. Carolyn is a great time.
Yes.
She had to fucking go.
And the thing is, it wasn't like before when Danielle was going after Carolyn and Carolyn believed wasn't going. Like, they walked out of that turret like, I'm fucking getting that bitch.
It was. They
like,
knew what episode it was going to be.
It was on.
Like, it was on, and someone was just more prepared. God. Sorry.
I hope the little Carolyns aren't getting mad at us in the chat.
No, whatever.
Danielle just isn't fun to watch.
She's a thrill to watch. How you don't enjoy like strategic, entertaining television?
I think the issue people have with her is the dramatics are so dramatic. Like the acting is over the top.
So that's fun, right? Like it's okay. It's like either it's fun in a way. It's like it's funny. These people are stupidly like believing it,
her, right?
Or even if like they actually don't believe it, and the edit is making it seem like they believe in everything. Like, isn't it funny to watch her like do all of this like acting rigmarole and like make a fool out of herself just to lose? Like, wouldn't that be entertaining? Like,
yes,
it's fun.
That's the thing. Is like everyone's going to enjoy Traitors more when they start watching it as like a television show and less as like a game that the gameplay needs to be XYZ, because it's like it's about entertainment.
Also, I just don't understand how that's like hard to watch, like her theatrics. I don't get it.
Hi, Charlie. Thank you so much. We appreciate that.
Hello.
That's so kind.
Abracadabra.
I think they're both icons. No, when she fell out of her chair and started crying, girl, she looks insane. She's doing a lot.
Yeah, and it's television. What are we doing? We can't all just be sitting there in our glamorous Bravo lighting. Like,
hey, you leave Sierra alone.
Which is what some cast members like to do.
Leave Sierra alone. If Dorinda was there longer, she would have been.
I know, that's the thing. Well, and then they're all just like, I'm so, I can't believe all these like people are falling for it. And it's kind of just like, yeah, because they got all the like smart people out early. Like even like the Bravo, like they knew Dorinda would sniff them out. Right. Like, so they were like, gotta get rid of her, gotta get rid of Tony, gotta get rid of Jeremy. Like, and so we're left with the people. We're left with
Tom Sandoval. And it's so funny because like they really spent all of last season of Vanderpump Rules to try and like fix Tom's image. This show has done so much better at it. And it's just like this man's an idiot. Like that is great. The messaging, and it's hilarious. All right. Ecstatic for Mayhem in 2 weeks. Wow.
It's going to be great. Side note, thank God for Tate McRae and Lady Gaga bringing back the lip muffin.
What's a lip muffin?
I don't know.
Explain
yourself. Tate said she was inspired by Are You That Somebody? Do I Need to Listen?
I don't hear that, but you should listen.
But aren't we all inspired?
Aren't we all? If we're walking on this earth. What do you think of Tate's new album? For me, it's her best album today. I'm going to be like those Selena Gomez fans who act like every new album she puts out is her first. This is Tate's first album to me. Yeah. So if we were going to go back and do the debut album bracket, this is her first, and everyone would be mad in the chat.
I love it. Carolyn should say, look at Danielle's hair. That's from taking off the hoodie every day. That's great.
That's
but Carolyn didn't think of it.
Yeah, Carolyn, and also like Carolyn just got knocked off her feet. So I mean, sorry for the if
Yeah,
you're
well,
if you're
I
not
mean,
caught up.
we didn't get emails, so like we're gonna have to have a long giving me moment.
Great. Oh my gosh.
Okay, man, it's gonna be fire. I had a typo. Pop music.
Sorry. Oh, okay. We didn't see what you said before.
When
Sorry,
is Chappell dropping that new song? Because we need it. Yeah.
I don't know, but she keeps teasing it. She's put up billboards and stuff, and I'm like, girl,
Yeah.
give me a date. I
Yeah.
mean, the vinyls. Well, again, we'll talk about it. The vinyls said they're being shipped on August 18th, but it's like this isn't coming out on streaming on August 18th. Is that like I can't wait that long?
I saw someone say they thought Tate McRae reminded them of Paula Abdul. What do you guys think?
I could see
Great
that.
dancer.
Great dancer.
Real fun pop songs.
Yes, makes sense.
Sure.
Do we love Selena's new song with Gracie? We haven't listened. Maybe we'll listen for Patreon this week or something.
Factories from Tate's album.
Favorites.
Favorites. Mine, Dear God, and Two Hands.
I love Two Hands. I love No, I'm Not in Love.
No, I'm Not in Love is great.
It's
No,
so
I'm Not in
good.
Love and Sports Car.
Sports cars. Sports
Get
cars.
out of here. And I do love, I think mine is the one I really liked too. I mean, spoiler alert,
What, mine?
we don't want to give away all the stuff we liked on Tate's album before the video comes out.
Oh, well, if you
It's
want
on Patreon.
If you want to see the full reaction, go to patreon.com/2gamats. Paula has a much better voice than Tate. Is it much? To quote Whitney Houston, she's off key on the record regarding Paula Abdul. She enunciates better.
I
Tate.
can't hear Paula's voice in my head.
It's just kind of like
Yeah,
squeaky and high.
It works.
It's fine.
It works.
Yeah.
But Tate's voice I can hear in my head. I think Tate has a more distinct voice.
I think they both sound like the times they were popular.
Sure,
like it's like
yeah.
Paula almost sounds like she's trying to do Madonna. Tate almost sounds like she's trying to do mumbly Ariana.
Sure.
Like it's very, they're both of the time. We do not love the Gracie Selena song, plus it's barely 2 minutes. Ooh, Lauren.
Don't speak for me. Who is we?
Well, we haven't heard it.
There's a snippet going around of Selena's new album that sounds like you can hear Olivia Rodrigo in the background. So maybe
You
there's
know,
a
we're
collab.
little Olivias. We're little olives
I
in the
know.
chat right here. So that would be lovely. Her voice
voice
is more pleasing to the ears.
I
Paula's?
love Tate's voice. I don't know. To me, Tate's voice fucking rules. Like I'm all about it. It is a voice that like cuts. It is a voice that. Can I get all the words? No, but
Any of the words.
But like to me, like that is a voice that I remember and sticks out, and she has a distinct style, and I think it's great. Hi, mother.
Hi, Mama Steele.
Paula gave us straight up. Tate has what?
It's okay. I'm okay.
It's okay. I'm okay. I don't know first place. It's okay. Don't talk shit about it's okay. I'm okay.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of Tate's album?
It was better than we expected. I liked it a lot. Oh, guys.
And no spoilers of the SAG Awards.
Yes, we're not
if
spoiling
you can,
SAGs, even
just
though we
'cause
did kind of spoil Traitors for some people who aren't caught up, but you've had several
It was
days.
several days
It's
ago.
been several
Come on,
days. You know,
guys.
the SAGs are happening now.
If you're watching Traitors, I'm sure you've seen the online discourse that we'll be discussing.
Of course you have.
I don't think either's voice that much. Paula's catalog is
Oh,
better.
don't read the Phoenix one. Phoenix is giving you an spoiler of SAG. No spoiler SAG.
Oh well, we saw that. We saw Zoe.
Oh,
win.
did we?
Yeah. Remember we were watching it 10 minutes ago on my phone.
Oh, she's supporting. I was thinking she might have been leading.
Oh no, they weren't doing that. Yeah, no, that's after Zoe's speech. That's when I turned off.
Yeah. Oh, no, sorry, Phoenix. You were fine.
You're fine, Phoenix.
I'll be here next week for the live. At least Shady Palmer have to hear the song and agree with me. Oh, yes. I've been listening to the new Tate album all weekend. It's great. Tate's voice is the voice of a person who can't sing, so they do the nasal thing to get by to trick people into thinking they're doing something interesting. I mean,
Is that not doing something interesting?
I mean, I mean, maybe this is wrong of me. I think her voice is such a non-event. I can't believe we're discussing it.
Yeah,
I don't even think about her voice.
To me, it's like a lot of pop stars do things to their voices to make them sound distinct. I don't know. But I like it. I like what she does.
Right. But if we're talking about like singers who maybe aren't like vocalists who have distinct voices, it's like she's not Britney, she's not Rihanna. It's not like, oh, I hear those voices and I know it's them.
Oh, Tate?
Tate.
Not as much as Britney or Rihanna now, but that's because we've had years with Britney.
Yeah, but there are people that like kind
that
of
do a Tate thing.
Yes.
I
you
hear
could,
that.
If you put Ariana and Camila Cabello in a mixer.
Okay, fair.
I feel like you could kind of say.
It's like people have done what Steel, have you been following the SAG Awards tonight? when we saw Oscars. We just turned off the SAG Awards.
Yes, we did.
So no more spoilers after Zoe's speech.
I wonder what Brittany thinks of Tate. I hope she likes her. Maybe she could be in
I'm
that
sure
movie.
Brittany loves her.
To quote Whitney Houston, I don't think of her, which is, a great quote about Mariah Carey, rudely.
Why does Tate have so many haters?
I mean, she has a lot of lovers in the chat,
Yeah,
too.
but I see more Tate hate than hate for other pop stars that are far less interesting.
I think some people really don't like her voice, I think. And the mumbling and can't understanding.
Yeah, mumbling, look, guys, literally I would say 98% of pop stars these days.
I mean, not the ones we grew up with.
Yeah, mumble.
Didn't Tate and Brittany actually do an interview? Yes, I think they did. It was in print. So I don't know if Brittany just sent questions in or if they got on a Zoom. I can't imagine Brittany on a Zoom. But maybe.
Maybe.
Tate really took Palmer's recommendation when he said, stay away from a piano. That's literally all I wanted. And I'm so glad. I mean, if the pop girls would just listen to me, I'll give you your breakthrough.
He truly knows what he's doing.
I would the thing is, none of her ballads ever made sense. I'm sorry. I know people are he broke me first. It's a classic. It's what? I don't hear what you're hearing. Ooh. But the moment Greedy and Exes, I was and you saw her dance? You saw her dance and you weren't making dance music? That just didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Not Tate looks Republican. I mean, she is a little too tan, but not as bad as the worst of those Ariana eras. There are some Ari eras where babe.
Yeah.
Must scrub that off.
Please.
Oh my gosh. I really can't believe we're just who's harder to hear, Tate or Billie Eilish? Billie's quieter, but I can hear the words a bit more. But Tate, it's the consonants have left the building,
Sure. Who do you think is winning Traitors? I could see Gabby and Dylan winning, hopefully. Winning for what games? I like them, but let's not pretend they're playing phenomenal games. Either of them.
I mean, Dylan's just doing the Pilot Pete thing of
they're trying to give Dylan a Pilot Pete edit, but Dylan has been so off.
He's been ever since the Bob the Drag Queen.
Yeah,
thing,
he was on with Bob the Drag Queen. It's Pilot Pete, and then truly lost.
And it's you could tell he knew Rob was a traitor, but still just wanted him around.
Yeah.
And it's babe.
And I like him a lot. He seems like a really sweet, great guy. And Gabby's really cool and fun.
Gabby's a superstar, and I love that.
Yeah, Gabby's great. But they're not getting the same edit that CT and Trishelle and Pete got as Faithfuls last year, which all of last year I was kind of just Trishelle's gonna win, because the edit they got, there was such a journey there. They haven't gotten that journey, so I would be very surprised if they won.
I'm trying to think who I dislike more, Trishelle or Boston Rob. Maybe Trishelle.
Sorry, Trishelle played the fuck out of that game.
Oh,
victorious!
I was so mad.
I was just thrilled. I was
so
jumping jacks.
Furious.
Oh, loved it.
I've hated Trishelle since fucking Real World Las Vegas. Get off my television.
I was neutral on her in Vegas. I was okay.
She was doing some stuff, but I mean,
she was fine.
To quote Nene regarding Housewives of Atlanta, she's declassing the show.
I'm pretty sure. Did Real World really have a full-on class?
I mean, not full-on, but it had we weren't throwing forks.
That was Brie.
It was Brie.
That was not
we
Trishelle.
weren't hooking up in threesomes and hot tubs night one. I was still a child watching.
I mean, that was a great episode. The problem with Vegas, everyone gives Vegas this whole Real World Vegas. Sorry guys, throwback.
Boston Rob sucks, Lauren.
Everyone gives Real World Vegas this huge name, it was this super incredible season. It's only good for the first half of the season. The last half of Real World Vegas fucking sucks.
It was boring.
It
gets
fell
really boring.
off.
Yes.
And no one's acknowledging that. Trishelle Journey is 20 years later.
And she's still going to watch. I mean, the thing is, there are some straight girls who go up for Boston Rob in a way that I'm I don't understand. Maybe if you're a Survivor fan, but you're watching Survivor and you're not taken with him, are you?
I think he's hot.
Okay.
He's not my number one reality TV man.
Yeah.
In terms of who I would marry.
Okay.
I mean, Boston Rob is just fun. Did you
think he was fun on Traitors?
Yeah, I mean, he provided entertainment. I was thrilled to see him go. Because it was if he just steamrolled, I would have been pissed.
Yes.
Because it would have been so predictable.
Yes.
The thing with Boston Rob is he's kind of the first, it's there was Richard and everything, who was the first, winner and who had some strategy, but Boston Rob, I think, was the first person to get that mastermind edit in the show. So it's kind of like how we look at Dr. Will on Big Brother now. It's like he was the one that sort of like invented the like full-on mastermind character in the show.
Okay.
But years looking back, you're kind of just like, yeah, there have been better players.
Right.
But it's just because he was sort of like the first really, really huge mastermind on Survivor. So he has that legacy.
Palmer, is this the first time you've been in a relationship during a Gaga release? No. Jackson and I were together when Chromatica came out.
Still, do you like massages? I will be in LA in April.
One! We don't, this isn't that kind of channel.
We'll bring up a massage today on today's podcast.
Will we? Did you get a massage? Oh, because the thing is, the podcast is slowly turning into, here are our ailments. Because I have one too.
Girl.
I mean, it's better now. I could check it, but then I'd give away what it was.
I can't wait to hear what your ailment is.
It's a mess.
I mean, do you still hear my voice? It's still not back.
It doesn't sound bad, but it doesn't sound...
It doesn't sound good.
I don't think... It doesn't sound perfect. It sounds good.
And I want perfection.
Okay,
in my voice.
well.
My voice doesn't cut like how Tate's cuts. Just like people are mumble rap, we're over mumble singing. Well, then listen to some singers.
Singers are still making music. Are you going to react to Lisa's new album, Alter Ego, on Patreon this week? Probably not. But we love Lisa. Maybe we'll get to it at some point. We've done... I mean, we have a week break between...
Yes, we do.
Between Tate and Gaga, like I know that we now give ourselves a little bit more time to edit, but just the process of like,
it's great.
It's work. Like it's work.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great to have that time.
Yes, Vesepia in the chat.
I'm not even glazing the merch on Palmer. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you're noticing the merch.
Oh, that is such a cute sweatshirt.
I mean, I love all the merch.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's hard for me to fight with the fucking
I
stitching.
can't wait till it's warm enough where I can wear my ex-wear plaid tank
Yes,
top.
I know. I mean, it was hot today, at least over here.
Yeah. It was warm today for us on the west side where it's a little cooler. It was like in the low 70s. It's supposed to be hot all week.
It was like 79.
Do you have a SAG card, Matt? I do.
Yes.
Or he could be asking you.
No, I don't.
You were in Miss Evers' Boys.
I was in Miss Evers' Boys. I was in a couple of movies as a background child.
He could have a SAG card as well.
But, you know.
Y'all's reactions to the new Addison Rae song had me laughing. We love everyone.
We do love everyone. And I'm sorry for all the little Addisons who, if you watch that Patreon video, it's just, at some point we have to like draw lines in the sand. And it was like when Matt Steele one day turned to me and said, I cannot listen to another Tinashe album. I had to say, I cannot listen to or watch this girl again. Like, I just don't see what everyone sees. But if y'all are having fun, I love it for you. But no. But no, I'm out.
Can't wait to see Steele do the I'm an actor bit.
Yes.
A couple of years. Yeah, what'll I say? Steele, have you been recognized, approached after your grand debut at the Super Bowl?
Yes.
I've been recognized by people who already knew me.
Yes.
But customers have come into the counter, my restaurant, and they're just like, motherfucker. And I was like, stop.
Yes. Did you see me?
Not so much. Listen, Tinashe, wildly talented,
super talented,
excellent performer,
absolutely.
and like really like has a clear point of view musically.
Right.
However, just like occasionally a little vibey,
and
occasionally a little vibey.
If we want to go behind the scenes, it's only 82 friends here. When we used to have long form review requests, sometimes people would request the same artist over and over and over again.
We got one of those coming up.
We do, and like truly, we love everyone, and then we make jokes. That's what inspired the we must stop doing this. Was like, if we don't, I mean, you're just going to be getting a lot of One Direction content coming up. And we love them.
We love them. And we love the fans.
We love the fans, the Directioners. But at some point.
For the requests, we've got some One Direction shit. Actually, not coming up because we still got a while till we get there.
But we're making it through. Every time
I
I scroll through that list, I'm like, oh, it's shorter.
I love Addison's new song. It's just different. It is different.
It is different.
It is different.
Hi, Nova.
Roberts be like, I mean Matt.
I don't get it. But you know I love it.
I love it.
But
I love it when someone says my name. Addison's rebrand has been so intriguing to watch. We need Lady Gaga listening party here on YouTube.
Well, it's going to be on Twitch because YouTube takes our shit down.
YouTube, in like midstream.
So that's not fun.
It's not fun.
So Twitch keeps us up, and so go to twitch.tv/2gaymats. And you'll be notified. You'll get a notification when we're on. I mean, it'll be March 7th or 6th at 9 p.m. Pacific, 7th at midnight on the East Coast.
Hey, guys, are you giving peace a chance tonight? Fuck no.
We're
choosing violence.
Wait, is the Twitch? Yeah,
no, we're not.
The Twitch live
Just
stream
kidding.
is free, but you're not going to be able to replay it. So if you want to replay it soon and thereafter, you need to go to Patreon.
Do you think we'll have any MC anniversary release this year, Matt?
I would love. I mean, we should have an Emancipation and a Daydream, right? Like which is like the fact that it's been 20 years.
Sure.
I mean, which makes sense because we're about to do my 20 years reunion, and that was my senior year, but. Yeah, it's been like when I think of like, and then like the new era of Mariah, Emancipation. Like I think of that as new. And that's not new now.
Well,
it's not new now.
But she still is young.
I miss when you had the live album reaction. We liked it, but it's just they take it down. Like if you like our Cowboy Carter one, we didn't get through the end of Tyrant.
Yeah.
And that's devastating.
I know. Y'all deserve to see.
Are you gonna see Beyonce live on the Cowboy Carter tour? I am. May 1st. Can't wait.
If the whole album is like Abracadabra, I think it will be my new favorite Gaga album.
I would love it.
It'd be great. She said the album went hard, except for Die With a Smile.
Are y'all sad about the Pope? Is the Pope? I know that he was in.
He's not well.
Right, but he's still with us.
He's still with us.
Okay.
From what
Great.
We Catholics, when a Pope dies, we hear a voice and it goes.
I didn't.
We're
know
like
that
something's
happened.
amiss, something's wrong.
I love it.
Yeah.
When your gag order reaction got gag ordered, I wept. See, we don't want people to weep. Which Gen Z pop girl do you feel eventually could hold icon status? Olivia and Chappell are my top two.
My mom's about to do her 40-year high school reunion. She always thinks of Madonna and Prince.
Oh yeah, they were probably around.
Have fun at the Cowboy
Thank
Carter
you so
tour.
much.
Speaking of Mariah, did you see her playing golf?
You know I did.
The athlete.
And I'm
Is
like,
this a hint that she's doing the Super Bowl halftime show? She does sports now.
Don't think so. But you know, my first thought was,
what?
Did Anderson .Paak take this picture? Because apparently he posted some Valentine shit that was like, butterflies made up of like a butterfly made up of roses, and I'm like, that's very Mariah.
Oh, girl.
They're not like saying it, like they haven't posted each other, but like
They're just being.
Y'all are together. It's crazy.
That's nice.
Introduce her to Bruno.
If Bruno wrote with Mariah Carey,
I would. Do you know what I would do? I'd fall into a pet. Like
those ballads. If he could write like an All I Ask with Mariah Carey.
I want them to collab on every single song.
That is a match I never knew I needed.
That is all I've ever wanted.
But don't you think Anderson and Bruno are feuding?
I do think that, but I can put aside that theory.
I bet you Mariah's just like, Anderson, baby, make amends with fucking Bruno right now.
And in fairness, I don't think my argument really holds water. But if you were collaborating with a huge pop star who, like, for your album, who hadn't lost a Grammy in years, and your album, like, just pulled it out of the running for all of the Grammy Awards.
Sure.
I just can't imagine Anderson would want that.
Yeah.
Still, I wish I was in LA for Valentine's Day. Sorry I couldn't make it.
I cried all fucking Valentine's Day.
Can you two stop? Like, truly get a room. I so want a Bruno Mariah collab. I would love it. Has 2GM ever reacted to discussed FKA Twigs? No, but Matt Steele thought that Eusexual was by Doechii. So that was a discussion.
Steele, what's your SAG prediction for Best Ensemble? For the longest time, I thought Wicked was going to win Ensemble at the SAG Awards, but now I'm thinking it could be Anora. Anora could squeak it out. Just because like I thought like SAG voters like really loved Wicked. It seems they like Jonathan Bailey got that nomination and Wicked was so huge. So, but could be Anora.
Who would outsing Kelly Clarkson or Ariana? For me, Kelly, but Ariana's incredible. Speaking of Beyonce, a lot of people are pissed about the high ticket prices, even the hype. I will say I'm in much worse seats and paid a lot more money. But whatever, I'm going to be there, and that's what's exciting.
What do y'all want to see for Gaga's SNL set? Some weird shit.
I mean, Abracadabra and a new song. Striptease is song
of the year.
Is that FKA Twigs? Hi, Jen.
Hello, Steele. What do you think of A Chorus Line? This week's episode of Drag Race did kind of an homage to it. A Chorus Line is a brilliant piece of theater, and everyone should know it. It's an American staple.
Sorry, I'm starting rumors, guys. This is literally a rumor that I believe in no one else does about Bruno and Anderson beefing.
I'll believe it with you.
I just think that is odd, and like I don't know. I feel like they don't interact on each other's posts as much.
Sure.
I don't know.
It's like suddenly Silk Sonic was no more.
Yes, it was very sudden.
Kelly outsings everyone without even trying. I know we don't react to men on this channel, but the talented Benson Boone is releasing a new song on Friday.
That's great.
He's very talented.
A handsome
Very
kid.
good singer. Can do those flips. Will Cynthia Erivo win an Oscar? Maybe one day. I don't think this is her year.
One day.
One day.
No, but they were talking next week.
It's not going to happen. It's a three-way race this year.
Demi, Fernanda,
and Mikey.
Oh, is Mikey still in the conversation?
Oh, very much so. She could very well win. So no one still, again, if you're new, don't spoil the SAG award wins.
Griffin's here. Hi, Griffin.
Hi, Griffin. Because especially if Mikey wins, I feel like if Mikey wins SAG, it's over. Then Mikey's
winning.
Yeah.
I mean, she was incredible, but when I was watching the movie, I was like, it's too bad that she doesn't. It's because at that time it felt like she didn't really have a shot.
Yeah, because at the time when you're watching it was like Honora. It felt like Honora like maybe lost its steam, but it's like no, Honora held on to its steam.
Yeah.
Only thing I'm interested in Benson Boone releasing ain't music. If y'all catch it, well,
we do catch.
We called that.
Benson has hella stage presence and a big voice. That I'll give him absolutely. I didn't love that Beautiful Thing song personally, but I'm open to.
I like that song.
I'm open to another song wowing me.
Joe Allen at the Oscars.
Great.
Joe Allen at the Oscars.
Mayhem has me spiraling and it's not even out yet. I mean, I think it has a lot of people. People are just excited. It's like a new Gaga era with a song like.
How do we feel about Mariah announcing her new album to come out sometime in August?
That sounds like something you made up. She has not announced anything. So
Benson is definitely taking notes from Harry Styles.
Where is Harry? Is he coming back?
Oh, he went into hiding after he beat Renaissance. He's just like, I'm just gonna
understandably.
I'm just gonna disappear from public for a little bit. I don't want those two mats for coming for me. No offense, Benson Boone feels slightly more boyish.
Imagine Dragons. That's funny. I don't know. I literally just have heard that song. I also got sick of Beautiful Things, but I won't deny you can actually sing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I lied. Yeah, don't do that here. That's not funny or cute. Thanks.
Wow.
Like that has happened in our Discord chat too, where someone's like new Mariah music, all caps. I'm like, I was kidding. It's like, yeah, that's not funny.
I watched The Brutalist yesterday, and Adrian Brody's getting that Oscar he deserves. Also, still will be mad when I say I watched it in 3 different parts because I can't sit still for that long.
That's understandable.
At least you watched it.
Yes.
And Adrian Brody is giving a fucking triumphant performance. Like brilliant performance.
Renaissance greater than Cowboy Carter. I agree with you, but both are excellent. Are you guys excited for Madonna's Confessions on a Dance Floor Part 2? Yes. Speaking of things that are 20 years old.
I know.
Because that was 2006, I want to say.
Sure, and we're due for a new Madonna.
Oh. Don't play about Mariah Carey here. It's true. You think Olivia's announcing an album for this year? I would imagine. It's been 2 years now since Guts.
Sure.
Yeah.
Agree. Not funny.
Yeah, we're not cranky acres.
I never understood pranks. Madonna is unable to produce quality music. I'm sorry. Listen, on her most recent album,
I know you're gonna
Madam
say
X,
that one song again.
and Crave. I like Crave.
Yes.
The rest of the album is
wild. I can't believe you listened to it.
I did. I was in London when I listened to it.
Confession on Dance Floor was released in 2005, my birth year. I mean, that guys, that was such an album. And the thing is, there have been eras of Madonna where I have probably thought that she's incapable of making good music again, and then she'd come out with Confessions on the Dance Floor.
Never count out Madonna.
Never.
Guys. She's Madonna
for a reason.
Like, yeah. And even if she puts out another bad album, she's Madonna.
She's still Madonna.
She can put out like literally farts on record, and people will be like, "She's Madonna."
Yeah.
Like, would I listen to it? No, but I listened to it once. But
Faded is one of Mariah's best songs.
Yes, Faded.
We are I Am Mariah apologists here at 2Gay Mats. Because people really...
The fandom shits on it.
The fandom does not like it. I'm like, why? I don't get it.
She's giving us really good music, like personal, good vocals.
A lot of different sounds.
A lot of different sounds. I so badly want Max Martin and Shell Beck to make a pop record with Taylor for the next album.
I mean, if she didn't bring them back to do 1989 with her, I imagine it ain't happening, but you never know.
Let me see. Did we get any
emails?
Emails.
Yeah. If you have a question for us, email us at 2gaymats@gmail.com. I don't think we got new emails this week, so that would be we would be able to answer during this live stream.
Oh, we got one email. Sorry.
Great.
We got one email.
Love that.
So, we're going to get like 12,000 emails now. Whatever.
Every time I think of Jimmy, I think of my mother-in-law working out. Doesn't you have a Jimmy memory from your childhood?
Yeah, I remember really hating it as a child. But now I don't mind it.
Yeah, okay.
I don't love it, but Matt Palmer, are you watching Severance season 2?
I am. In that last episode I just watched today, it was a moment. And I saw Michael in it. Our friend Michael.
Oh, you did? How was the turtleneck?
Turtleneck was looking good.
Love it.
Hair was looking
You better
great.
fucking act.
Yes.
SAG award.
Yes,
dang.
SAG. You see, Taylor extended the copyright to Reputation and Self-Titled till 2027, which means we're probably getting a new album before we get those. I didn't see that. Okay. I mean, if I were her, I'd want to be done with those re-records.
Yeah.
But great.
I want to see what she's doing with that self-titled re-release.
I mean, I just don't. If it's the last one, I'm like, how do you make that exciting for non-fans who that's not your breakthrough record?
Yeah.
Really? I don't know. We'll see. It's crazy.
This one's for the locals.
I don't think that one is for the locals. I think that one's for the fans, capital F fans.
Yeah, that's what I mean by locals, like the people who were there, who were like
that's
the
not
root
what
of the
locals
tree.
mean. Locals are like general public.
I'm using. Oh no. To me, locals means like the people who are like the real ones, like the people who, not because. Non-locals means like you're a poser, kind of like you're pretending like you're from Chicago, but really you're from the suburbs of Chicago.
You see how you're thinking of it. That's not what it is.
Okay,
it's the opposite.
There is no real what it is. I'm using a metaphor.
Yes, but when Gaga was on stage, it's like this one's for the locals, and begins singing I don't know what popular song of hers? Poker Face for the locals, Toxics for the locals, Heroes for the locals. These are the people who don't know the deep cuts.
Oh, I figured locals was for the people who knew the deep cuts because this was the hometown.
Opposite.
That's stupid.
Well,
Gaga, you fucked that up.
I don't think she did.
I never knew what song she was singing after that clip. You think I watched past that clip?
The clip was great.
The clip is great. Oh, that clip.
Great,
because it's so, I don't know why it's so funny.
It's just the way she says locals is hilarious.
But why
locals?
Why is it so hilarious?
I mean, she's a funny girl.
She's just a funny gal.
She's a funny gal.
She needs to do a musical comedy.
Oh. Should we start doing the podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Ooh. Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
What?
My voice still sounds like this.
It still sounds pretty good. We're in the 95%.
This is not pretty good. This sounds like, it feels like I'm muted. It feels like there's like a plunger, people put on a trumpet to mute it. It feels like there's a plunger on my vocal cords.
How long has it been is really the question.
3 weeks.
That's
3 weeks and a day. Oh, actually 3 weeks and 2 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe this time next week, by the time the Oscars are over and you're sitting here
and then I'll be fucking screaming at the TV, I'm sure, and telling other people at the party to shush, and then I'll lose my voice again.
I've heard you and seen you at Oscar parties. You're pretty silent. You're right in the middle, looking intently. It's like when you go to a concert and you sit there
yep.
And you're like, I had a great time. It's like, really?
Because I'm paying the fuck attention.
I mean, however it is that you take in your favorite art, I support that.
Thank you
so much. I
think
that's really beautiful.
Aren't I beautiful?
That's not what I said, but yes, sure. We'll go with that. Okay, let's put in an ad.
Please put in the ad, please.
Some of you will get an ad, some of you will not. I'm going to take Palmer's word for it on this definition. Thank you. Purple Lace Bra is one of the best of Tate's new album for me. What do you think? It's okay.
I like Purple Lace Bra.
I don't love it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's in my top, but
I wouldn't say it's in my top, but I like it.
Yeah, I don't dislike it.
We love support.
You mean the bra thing?
Yeah, we
love support. We love purple's a good color.
And as you know, I am someone who cares about breasts now.
That's true.
I'm the spokesperson for breasts, and so I think you should support your breasts.
I'm with you.
Yeah, get them checked.
Avril Lavigne. Okay, do you want to start? Do you want me to start?
You start.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Two Gay Mats, the podcast. It's Matt Palmer.
It's Matt Steele.
And we are back again another week. It is a week that is the week before your favorite day of the year.
I know, counting down.
The Academy Awards this time next week. They will be on television. Matt Steele, how are you feeling about it?
I'm a little pissed because I turned off the SAG Awards to be here with all of you today.
Wow.
To live stream and record this podcast, whatever the fuck it is.
Okay, well, a lot of people listen to and love the podcast, so maybe don't say it with
And
such...
they're ruining my life, okay? All of you.
Hey, sometimes people have to do their jobs when they feel like it or don't feel like it.
It's
and, you know,
true.
that's what we're doing here today. And if you really want to make it our job, go to patreon.com/2gaymats, and we will do it as a full-time job.
I fucking love that.
Yes. Matt
Beautiful.
Steele.
Yes.
How was your week?
You know, my week was okay.
Okay.
My voice, it was on the up.
It was.
Slowly on the up. But then Monday, Tuesday, for some
Yeah.
reason, it came crashing down again. This time accompanied with ear pain.
Are you still in the ear pain zone?
A little bit. It's only ear pain when I swallow.
Okay.
And it's like minor ear pain, like truly just like, I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe like a 3.5
okay.
at the worst.
Yeah.
And sometimes it goes away, sometimes it comes back, and so it's weird.
Yeah.
And so I went to urgent care because I was like, help. And so they looked in my ear, and the doctor said, you have a singular red hair that is touching your eardrum.
Oh.
And she's like, but I don't think that's what it is.
So she's just like giving you information
Yeah,
about
and
your
she's
ear.
just like, but I really want to remove it. So can I flush your ear out? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not?
whatever.
So I did that. That was
Okay.
fun. And then and then I was like, yeah, and my voice has been gone for a while, and like how many weeks? And she was just like, I'm going to prescribe you a dirty word in the musical theater major industry.
Steroids?
Steroid.
I know it.
Prednisone or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I was like, oh, I've never done this before. And I was excited because I figured I'd be able to be singing Emotions by Mariah Carey in the shower because you would always hear like, oh, if you go on steroids, like your voice is incredible for like a week and then it like goes downhill again. And so a lot of people harm themselves by going on like a steroid for their voice. Because they over sing because they're just like, yes, my voice.
Yes.
And then it does more damage. And so I took the prednisone.
Yeah.
I did all the instructions.
Yes.
That shit didn't do a goddamn thing. I was thinking my neck pain would be gone. I figured my ear pain would be gone.
So nothing changed?
I guess I did Google, and apparently like some people like prednisone doesn't work for them.
Oh, wow.
So I guess I just have that, strong body. I mean, redheads are a little more difficult with medication and stuff.
Oh, I didn't know.
we need more anesthesia for surgery and stuff like that. I don't know why, but I guess, I don't know, we're just magical.
Okay.
But anyway, so that's where I am on that journey,
Yeah.
I guess. But I'll be fine. I'm not too worried. But the neck thing, I went to my physical therapy. Of
course.
And as the physical therapist was massaging my neck delicately,
Yeah.
he was like, tossing my head around. I was laying down and I was giving him my head. Wait,
That didn't sound...
so sorry about that.
didn't sound...
Let me. We're gonna cut that. I was giving him the weight.
I'm not cutting that, by the way.
Okay.
Just so we're
I
clear.
was giving him the weight of my skull.
Sure.
Because he was in charge of it.
Yes.
And so and he was like moving my head around, and he was just like, "Do you meditate?" And I was like, "No." And he was like, "Do you do yoga?" And I was like, "No." And he was like, "Because like you're completely relaxed with like your head, like truly whenever I touch anyone like their neck or their head and like massage it or like hold it, like they naturally tense up, like literally everyone, but except I find people who meditate and stuff are able to relax their head more. And so this probably just means that you're very mindful. So I'm now going through life walking around just being like, I have never been called mindful before.
I'm sure you haven't.
And so I'm feeling very, shall we say, demure as well.
Oh, Lord.
And very mindful. So I guess that's a new development for me. I'm feeling good about myself.
Yeah, that's great.
As far as other things I did this week, I don't know. I saw Matt Bridges.
Oh, how is he?
He's good.
Oh, I love him.
I had no voice still, so I was just whatever. And I saw my like good friend Laura from college is in town, so I saw her, hung out with her and our friend Megan for a little bit. Had a little food. It was lovely. We reacted to the Tate McRae album, which was a lot of fun. Very fun album. And now I'm here with you, Matt Palmer.
That's amazing.
Tell us what you've learned about yourself this week. I've learned that I am mindful.
Okay, well, I've learned that as we age, this podcast is going to become a podcast where we just discuss our ailments. This is like the transition where we move from two gay mats and just like move into the old gays because they've got to replace those guys at some point.
Yeah.
And I think we'd be a good, B team because, so I went and did something because I am the new theater Matt of the two of us.
Okay.
And so I went and saw some friends of yours.
Friends of mine.
Yeah, I think the show is called Old Friends. The
Wait, you saw the fucking Sondheim review, Old Friends?
I saw the Sondheim review, Old Sansa.
You theater queen.
Hey, and you know what Jackson said? Why isn't Matt Steele seeing this? He loves Bernadette. I'm like sitting there watching.
Bernadette Peters and Leia Salonga
Yes.
together on stage.
They did a beautiful
singing
job.
Sondheim.
Yes.
Oh, were you able to successfully pinpoint where some of the songs, like which shows some of the songs?
Oh
were in?
yes, everything besides essentially Follies, where I was like, I don't know what this is.
All right, well now we got to watch Follies together.
Absolutely, I loved. What was the one song from Follies that's really good?
There are a lot of them are very good.
I'll look it
here.
up. No, I'll look it up.
There's Losing My Mind.
Yes.
Oh,
Losing My Mind is everything.
yeah.
I was blown away. Also, there was a moment where Leia Salonga, obviously, from a lot of it, is like, I'm going to come out in a gown and sound fucking gorgeous and sing this beautiful ballad.
Yeah.
And then they had a moment of Sweeney Todd. And I was like, ooh, whoever that Mrs. Lovett is, she's amazing. I was like, wait, that's Leia Salonga
She
too?
can do it all.
She can do the versatility, because like they were putting on a little bit of costume for like the moments. And I was like, oh, whoever this person is in the ensemble is really killing Mrs. Lovett. And I was like, that's fucking Leia Salonga.
Was there like some sort of like vague plot?
No.
Okay, because like some Sondheim reviews, because there are, let's admit, there are a lot. There's like Putting It Together, Marry Me a Little. There's like there was the one on Broadway, like however many years ago with like Barbara Cook. Like there's Old Friends. Like there's a lot.
Yes.
So there wasn't. Some of them have like vague through lines, and when I say vague, I mean very vague.
I mean, if there was supposed to be one for this, it truly was like, we've put Sondheim on shuffle, but like there'd be little blocks. Like sometimes, like a lot of the West Side Story stuff was together.
Oh yeah,
and like that kind of thing.
Did Leia Salonga sing something from Gypsy? I want to say I saw a clip of her singing "Everything's Coming Up Roses."
That was Bernadette.
Was that Bernadette?
That was Bernadette.
Oh, well, I mean, she played it on Broadway.
And also Bernadette in Into the Woods, instead of doing the witch, she was Little Red Riding Hood.
Oh, she loves doing Hello, Little Girl. It makes her feel young.
It was very cute and very funny. And
Is this your first time seeing Bernadette Peters live?
Absolutely, it is. And I was watching this.
What
like,
a day this is.
It is also wild that she is 75. She is moving.
I know. She's
like
hot.
She's 25. She looks gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
I'm like, you and debut era Mariah should have played sisters in something.
Right?
Like it's very that, but she's gorgeous. And like the comedy is so great. What a unique voice. Like Leia Salonga, obviously pitch perfect and like gorgeous and everything. But Bernadette, I just was not familiar with the brilliance of her. And so that was
truly her in Hello Dolly was the greatest performance I've ever seen. And it topped the second greatest performance I've ever seen, which is Bernadette in A Little Night Music.
So are you going to see Old Friends with Bernadette while she's in town?
You know, me and my friends Lauren and Megan were talking about seeing it, and we couldn't like get a date.
Oh.
So maybe I'm going to like force them to see it. I mean,
think
like,
you
listen up,
should.
girls.
It really was great. And like everyone does a great job, not just Bernadette and Leia, but it was a joy. So then I come home after seeing the show. We pick up a burger because we had like a little dinner before, but it wasn't like super filling. We pick up a burger and fries. I'm sitting literally doing nothing on the couch. We are watching. It wasn't Drag Race because it hadn't come out yet. We were watching some show. It wasn't Traitors. Whatever. Watching some show. Sitting there, and there was a moment I was just like, huh. Every time I open my mouth, there's a pain in my left jaw. Ooh. And so then I'm like, okay, you know me. Like I always have had like not pain in the jaw, but when I like haven't eaten anything in a long time and I eat something, both my jaws go numb. And it's just like, I'm not worried about that. Jackson's like, you need to tell a doctor. I'm like, I don't care. Like I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, I forgot you did say your jaw goes numb if you eat for a while or something.
Yeah, or like haven't eaten in a while and then I start eating.
Then you start eating.
But my entire life. And I think maybe I've had pain in the jaw like once or twice, but it truly goes away in like 30 minutes.
Sure.
I go to sleep on it and I'm like, okay, I now currently can neither open my mouth fully or close it. Like it's like a huge swelling, but you can't see it from the outside, but it's like all internal. I like cannot touch my back molars to one another because it's too painful.
Oh my.
So I'm just like kind of sitting with my mouth gaped up. I can close my mouth, but the jaws are just like not touching.
It's a shame it's like you can't see it from the outside because you would have such a good jawline.
I know. And remember that comment I got when I put out the teardrops video? It was like, you need a chin implant. I've never forgotten that. And that could have been my chin implant moment.
That could have been a little backwards.
Whatever, I'll take it.
Yeah.
But then, so the next morning I wake up and I'm like, I'm sure it will be fine when I wake up.
Of course.
No.
When you are our age, you suddenly start to realize, this pain I had today,
it's still here.
Very well could still be here. Because when you're younger, like you're just like, I feel a little pain today. I will sleep cures everything.
Exactly.
No, it fucking doesn't.
It does not. So I, much like you, went straight to urgent care.
Oh my
and
God.
I have a couple of things about the urgent care. When I checked in, the girl was like, "Ooh, well, since it's like on your face, they can't do anything, right? Like they can't like give you X-rays or they can't do X, Y, Z. So like, are you sure you want?" And it's like, yeah, I want to see what the doctor says. She's like, okay, well, great. I just wanted to let you know they can't really do anything. It's like, girl, how is this helpful? I'm in pain.
Fetch the doctor.
Get the doctor. I
Yes.
didn't come here to talk to you. 2, I have new insurance this year because like the insurance changed on my job. Copay went up. I didn't like that. Copay went up. But lastly, I go in there. He's like, it does seem like it's TMJ.
Oh, no.
It seems like it's a flare up, but like it's probably not a big deal. You should probably get in with an ENT. Talk to your dentist. Some dentists specialize in this. And just gave me like really strong ibuprofen. And at this point, I think my teeth can touch now. Like some things have happened. Things have gone down. My teeth touch. When I fully open them, it hurts, but only a little.
Okay.
So I think I will call my dentist and my and get an ENT.
You want to go to the EMT together?
Let's do that. Could be a TK Maxx video.
That's where we get scoped together.
Oh my God.
I love that idea. But we can see who has the prettiest vocal cords.
We are 3,000 years old. The fact that this is what our content has become.
I think it's so beautiful. Do you want my last prednisone? It's not doing shit for me.
No, I'm okay. I don't think I should be, messing around with other people's prescriptions. But then Saturday we went to, in that evening, because you know me, whenever I'm feeling, not even just sick, but when I'm like not feeling 100%, I'm like, I really should take a day.
Yeah.
So I just like sat on the couch,
too.
didn't do anything, ate some, just some snacks and watched some television. But then that night we saw Jackson's cousin who's at USC. He's in a sketch comedy group. And so we went and saw that. And so that was very fun. The music was so good when I walked in. They were playing like Bills, Bills, Bills and like What a Girl Wants. And like all these songs. And I looked around and was like, you guys weren't born when these songs came out. Like this is.
Oh, are they young?
I mean, yeah, they're 22, right? So What a Girl Wants is over 22 years old at this point.
Was it a gay comedy troupe? Because
No.
Bills, 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 What a Girl Wants.
I know. No,
There's
but
some queen picked that out.
I mean, whoever was in charge of the music,
Good job.
keep it up. You're
Keep
doing
it up.
beautiful work,
Keep it
and
up.
I enjoyed it. And then today, Jackson and I put the lights outside of our house that we have had. It's an apartment, but it's house-esque. But yeah, in front of our front lawn, we've had lights hanging up for a long time that kind of circle around the fence. They have big poles for it. But then during the fires and like the windstorm, a tree came down into our yard and they knocked over those lights. And so it's been a minute since we've had the lights, but they're back up now. And I'm like, everything's back to the way it should be.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Not
beautiful
your
stuff.
jaw,
Not my jaw, but it's getting close.
Yeah. Your jaw, my neck, and voice and ear. That's slowly getting better.
Yeah.
But
We're falling apart.
We're falling
The thing
apart.
is,
We
we
just
may
need to
look
be a little
young.
more mindful.
Yeah, we look young, but our inner bodies know our true ages.
Sure.
And they are fighting against us at the
we
current
look
moment.
like Tate McRae, but we don't dance like Tate McRae.
Do we look like Tate McRae?
I don't look. There are celebrities who I look like less.
All right, let's move on. Let's jump into the news for idiots,
News
shall
for
we?
idiots. And I cannot believe you made this the headline.
I did make it
of
the headline.
day. How many times are we going to make this the headline?
Look, I'm a person who trusts and believes. You didn't believe there was going to be an act 2 of after Renaissance. You're like, there's no act 2. It's not happening. And I was like, it's coming. And then it came. Cowboy Carter is here. Rihanna had a talk with Harper's Bazaar magazine about, quote, what comes next. It's not going to be anything that anybody expects, Rihanna says. And in her interview with them, she, debunked the years.
Well, a new album is definitely not what we expect. So she was correct about that.
She, debunked the years-old rumor that her next album will be a reggae record. Rihanna told the outlet, way off, there's no genre now, that's why I waited. Every time she approached her new album, she explained, I was just like, no, it's not me, it's not right, it's not matching my growth, it's not matching my evolution, I can't do this, I can't perform this for a year on tour. After a while, I looked at it and I was like, this much time away from music needs to count for the next thing everyone hears. It has to count. It has to matter. I have to show them the worth and the weight. I cannot put up anything mediocre. She now feels really optimistic about it. It feels right. It feels like it digs right into where I need to be. And I want this. This body needs to come out. And I'm ready to go there. That sounds like there are songs. It sounds like there are music.
And I am happy that she is like actively saying like, no, I'm putting a lot of work into this because I know that it needs to be as good as it can possibly be. We love a perfectionist.
Yes. I will say the worry comes from a later quote.
Okay.
But I've been in the studio the whole 8 years, but it didn't hit me. I was searching for it. I went through phases of what I wanted to do. And she says, quote, I know it's not going to be anything anybody expects, and it's not going to be commercial or radio digestible. It's going to be where my artistry deserves to be right now. I feel like I finally cracked it, girl. So in the pro column, there is new Rihanna music that exists.
Yes.
And it is something she's excited about. I believe a form of what she's worked on will come out.
Yes.
in the con column. Why must it not be radio digestible? But also, and like, why must it? I mean, left of center is fine. Anti was left of center.
Sure.
But like, I hope I can sing it back.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, isn't Anti her, like, where we're doing experimental stuff
Right.
and not everything on the album is radio friendly.
Yes.
Like, but there were some radio friendly songs on Anti.
Yes.
Yes. So, like, maybe it'll be just like another Anti where there's like a couple songs just like, okay, these are the singles.
Right.
Maybe it'll be like an Alanis supposed former infatuation junkie.
Hey, that's fine, and I would love that, and that's great. I just feel like from a woman who is going to be starring in the new Smurfs movie as Smurfette and like doing dance pop covers on the soundtrack, you could give us a real song that could be on the radio, right? Like, I don't think it's like, oh, I'm just too above like selling out and like doing something that the radio wants me to do. When you're Smurfette, like Smurfette, Smurfette is a commercial choice that you've made, and you know, I guess it's probably for your kids some content they can enjoy as well. But like, give the adult gays who have supported you for so long something to chew on too. We
Sure.
found love.
I mean, I would love a We Found Love.
Love.
I was listening to that the other day.
Classic.
My God.
Is it better than Umbrella?
Yeah. I like it better than Umbrella.
Wow.
Or I listen to it more than Umbrella.
That's certainly the question, because those are the top two.
I mean, yeah. I mean, but both are like top tier songs of history.
Absolutely, they are.
So congratulations, Rihanna, for creating that. Let's try to create that again.
Let's do it. And if the radio likes it, that's a good thing. Let's not shy away. Speaking of someone the radio really likes these days, Miss Chappell Roan has been teasing The Giver all over the country. Apparently, there is a new The Giver vinyl available on her website, and she's put up. Oh Lord, I can't. What are the signs you see when you're driving that are like big posters on the freeway?
Banners?
No, like on the freeway, but they're like, you know, it's a
Billboard?
Billboards.
Wow.
Billboards. She's been putting up billboards across the country
Oh.
of like, call this number. Like, I'm a lawyer and like, I'll get the money you need. And you call the number, which is 620 hot to go. And you can hear snippets of Chappell Roan's new single, The Giver. This is the song that she premiered on SNL back when she was the musical guest.
Literally a year ago. Maybe.
Was it? It wasn't a year.
It wasn't a year.
but-
It was over 6 months ago.
Oof. And it's just like we, being that we listen to music and like to share our first reactions with the people, we're like, I don't think it's right to do that with a live performance of a song. We should hear it in its final produced version. And we were assuming we were weeks away from its release.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, okay, I'm excited that it's coming. I'm excited that she's going really full force into the promo plan for it. I hope it has a music video. I also hope it's starting an era, because I know she's been, you know, Good Luck Babe is not really attached to anything. And I hope it comes out soon, because you go to her website and you're like, oh wait, the vinyl release date is August 18th? Like, this cannot,
Whoa.
like, that's when she's sending those vinyls out. And I'm like, this cannot be when this song comes out. Like, I will not allow you to
You're going to be
tease.
teasing
No.
a song for 6 months?
I thought it should have come out on Friday. It should have come out last Friday.
Sure.
I'll wait a few more weeks, but like, babe, I'm excited. I'm ready. I think you got to strike while the iron's hot. Clearly, she's excited about this release.
Who's going to release first, Rihanna or Chappell?
Chappell. I mean, we'll get that Smurf song from Rihanna first.
So Chappell.
Maybe. I don't know if that counts or not.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Lady Gaga has announced the new track list for her album Mayhem. It's coming out March 7th. She also posted a clip of a song that like I have not listened to, because again, we're trying to be honest on our channels and like really
surprised.
Be surprised. The track. Do you want to hear the titles of the songs?
Say them to me.
Yes.
Jamie.
Disease, Abracadabra, Garden of Eden, Perfect Celebrity, Vanish Into You, Killa featuring Gesaffelstein, Zombie Boy, Love Drug, which is pretty similar to Love Game. How Bad Do You Want Me, Don't Call Tonight, Shadow of a Man, The Beast, Blade of Grass, and Die With a Smile with Bruno Mars.
Wow, so many iconic songs.
I mean, hopefully. If they're as iconic as Abracadabra, we'll be over the moon.
That's music.
Because that's really...
It's music.
It's music.
It's music.
When you think about it,
it's music.
She also took a lie detector test for Vanity Fair, which I
So
thought was
funny.
Very funny, very cute. And I love that Sheena got a win.
I know. I loved when she went, because they asked her, are you excited for the new cast of Vanderpump Rules? And she just goes, no. And then we're just like, who will you miss most? And she just goes, oh,
And the thing
Good
is,
for Sheena.
Sheena gets a lot of knocks, in the fan community. And so I'm sure that lifted her spirits for that
Well,
moment.
Sheena's a singer like Lady Gaga, so that's why Lady Gaga relates to her. We saw Sheena in that recording studio recording her album of sex noises.
Is wrong. Album is wrong. She's recorded several songs.
That's a great scene in Vanderpump Rules because it really shows you the awkwardness of recording pop music because it's literally just like, okay, now we need some sex noises. And it's literally just like a couple minutes of Sheena just in a studio just going, and it's like, wow, this is what y'all really do.
The thing is, if I was on Vanderpump Rules, you could not pay me enough money to let you come into the recording studio with me because they're just going to make fun of you. Tom Sandoval has done that in the studio, but instead of singing or doing sex noises, he was playing his trumpet.
Wait.
A mess. This is what I'm saying. Like, Tom Sandoval is an idiot, a monster. But there's some comedy, there's some television.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
Lisa of Blackpink, speaking of, the girls is releasing her new album, Alter Ego, on February 28th, which I guess is this Friday. Oh. I love that for her. It seems like quick that we're announcing and it's coming out.
And that song is great.
Oh, yes. The Lisa Ray and Doja Cat song.
Doja Cat, sorry.
But she did just put out a song with Doechii. Oh. And I have not heard that one yet. I don't know if you did, but...
I didn't. No.
I did not. So yeah, I'm excited for her. I think that's exciting. We, just did a Tate McRae reaction and we're about to do a Gaga reaction on the 7th. So we're not going to be reacting to it at that very moment, but I hope it's amazing.
Yeah.
We only want good things for all the Blackpink girlies. Cynthia Erivo.
Yeah.
Tony's host.
Tony's host.
She'll be hosting the Tonys this year. How do you feel?
Tony's host and the Messiah because she's also playing Jesus Christ Superstar.
Yes.
Or Jesus Christ in Jesus Christ Superstar at the Hollywood Bowl. So, yeah.
That's exciting stuff.
Yeah, good for her. She's working.
I know. She's absolutely... The thing is, she has had such a star turn as Elphaba in the Wicked films. We've only seen one. That I'm glad that she now can also give back to her Broadway roots.
Yeah.
Because she really could just fly off and be in all the movies she wants. And
but she will not forget.
She'll never forget.
From when she came.
And I have watched, since Wicked, I have watched some of her... I'm Here performances, the bootlegs on YouTube from The Color Purple.
She was saying it. Yeah.
I think I watched the last one she did, maybe. It just is like, I feel like she's so unbelievably talented. And I've always known this, but to really, really delve deeper into her vocal ability has been quite a wonderful thing for me in the past year. So congrats to Cynthia. I'm glad everything's coming up, Cynthia. Did you see what Angela Bassett said about the Oscars?
Oh, I sure did. Say it, baby.
So apparently she was being interviewed by Town and Country for her upcoming Netflix show. And Angela talked about losing Best Supporting Actress in 2023, which there was much commentary about her reaction at the time. I found it interesting that I shouldn't be allowed to be disappointed at an outcome where I thought I was deserving. I love applauding people. But in that moment... The interviewer notes that Bassett starts talking about how she'd thought she'd put the work in before self-correcting. No, I have put in the time, put in good work over time. I didn't think that was a gift. I thought it was a given. And I'm like, whenever I lose anything and I'm pissed about it, that's what I will say.
That's the quote.
Like if I could go back in time, the moment I did not get a role in Les Mis.
Oh. It wasn't a gift.
I didn't think of it as a gift. Yeah. It was a given. I should have said that to both the director and the musical director who wronged me in that moment.
Listen, the person wronged in the Best Supporting Actress race of 2022 was Dolly De Leon in the movie Triangle of Sadness. It is like the best supporting performance I've seen in the 2020s.
You loved that performance.
I've never seen someone just enter in the third act of a movie, grab the movie by the balls, and fully yank it over the finish line like Dolly De Leon did, and she did not even get an Oscar nomination. I do applaud Angela Bassett for just being honest about this.
I agree.
Like, I think it's awesome, and you can have whatever feelings about who should have won that you want, but she's has her feelings, and I mean she is someone who is at this point has such a fabulous career.
Yes,
I mean so does Jamie Lee Curtis. I would say they both have like incredible careers. Yeah. Behind them and ahead of them because they're both still young. But yeah, so I don't know. I think it kicks ass that she's like being honest about this situation.
I agree.
And justice for Dolly De Leon.
Justice for Dolly De Leon. The White Lotus premiered on Sunday last week.
Did you start watching it?
I did start watching it. I am already very much invested, even though, with those Mike White shows with White Lotus, it doesn't, it starts off showing you there has been a death, and then it jumps back to 2 weeks earlier, however earlier, and then, I'm just seeing relationships simmer, and I'm excited. I really, if nothing else, you must listen to Parker Posey's accent on the show, because she is just a Southern mama.
Oh, I saw it.
Oh,
yeah.
it is so
it's great.
good. And I'm excited for all the characters. There's a trio of ladies that like really tickle my fancy that I'm very interested in, because it's like one of the women is famous and the other two like went to college and high school, I think, with her, and like they've all been a friend group for so long, but now she's famous, and so everyone that talks to her is like, oh my God, I love you on that show. And the other girls are like, yeah, I'm successful too. And then I think one of them is Carrie Coons.
Okay,
Carrie Coons.
Yeah.
And she had a moment of the three of them. She's the one I think that's in the toughest situation. She's already broken down and cried one moment. I just feel like there's such an underlying tension between the three of them and their like new lives and their relationships, and how they've changed as they've gotten older. I'm interested in everything. But that was the storyline that really took my fancy, and I can't wait to watch episode 2 after we're done recording.
Okay.
So I'm excited. Also, Thailand is so beautiful. I want to go to Thailand. Like,
Thailand
what?
is beautiful.
A beautiful setting that they have put the show in.
We should watch The King and I together.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Verbal contract. Binding.
I don't think contract's the word I would
That
use.
was a verbal contract. Y'all heard it here. Binding in the state of California.
The Variety put out the 100 greatest TV performances of the 21st century. It's a long list, obviously.
But also, like, there was like a rule they did where it's like they only named one person per
show. Which I read that after I put this on there, and I was like,
that means
that's
nothing.
not real. Because
Like,
the thing is, I understand people love Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin's amazing. I'm in the middle of rewatching 30 Rock, and Jane Krakowski deserves retroactive Emmys and deserves to be in the top 20 of this fucking list. But I was happy that Julia Louis-Dreyfus was number 1 for Veep, because
she's great.
what a performance. Like, it's one of those things where I was so mad at the time because I am a 30 Rock person, and I was like, she wins every year. Like, why this? But then you watch the show and you're like, well, I'll just shut up then. I'll just be quiet. Leighton Meester is going to be joining Nobody Wants This season 2, the Adam Brody show with Kristen Bell. I'm excited. I want Leighton Meester to work because she's so good in Gossip Girl. And they seem to have a really lovely marriage, she and Adam Brody. And also, I just finished listening to the entire OC oral history audiobook that I've been listening to.
What? Can you repeat that?
So as I've begun my rewatch, I was like, oh, I wish there was more I could learn about the OC as I'm rewatching it. And I found this audiobook that was an oral history of the OC, where like the writer interviews
of like the inception of the show.
Yes, I was like, Inception, the movie? Yes, so it like was the discussion of the inception of the show, how it was such a big hit its first season, and then the issues it ran into creatively and at Fox. And I just must say, and I'm sure he's learned and grown, and that's beautiful. And spoiler alert for the OC if you didn't watch it, or 20 years ago or whatever, and are going to. It is so wild to me that they killed off Misha Barton when half the book is about Adam Brody is so talented and like really was incredible first season and was such a fucking dick on set for the
Was he?
He hated the show. He would make fun of the scripts. He was like, when Misha died, he was like, God, I wish that could have been me. Like, and the thing is, it sounds in his interviews now, he keeps saying, but I was nice on set. I wasn't mean to people. And it's like, yes, but you didn't, like, he's like, I only read my scenes. I didn't know what was happening on the show.
That's so fucking funny.
We'd be rehearsing. I'd be reading a book.
That's so funny that he like only knew him. I mean, that's the magic of like film acting. Truly, an actor could not know what the hell is happening in a scene and just know their lines. And somehow an editor can make that shit work.
And the thing is, he was the breakout star of the show, so I get it. But it's like, for someone to be sleepwalking for that long, for 3 whole seasons of show, like seasons that were like 27 episodes long, like, girl, you're getting paid. I get it. You want to be a movie star.
I love how this book is just dragging. I love that. I don't think anyone got, because there's a Degrassi one.
Oh, yeah.
I told you about my brother read, and like literally every 5 seconds he's just like, did you know?
Right.
And this season of Degrassi, this happened. And it's like, oh, okay. But I don't think there's anyone that's getting dragged for filth.
And the thing is, I don't think he's like, everyone likes him still. It's just like, and all of the kids had different versions, except Rachel Bilson, who was like, she's always been lovely. All of them were kind of like, we've been doing this for a long time. The quality's getting worse, and like weren't as into it. But Adam was so incredibly vocal, and at the rap party, everyone was like giving nice speeches, and he gets on the mic and says, thanks. This has been such a lucrative journey for some of us.
Whoa.
And that's after the show has been
But also,
canceled.
has it been that long of a time? 4 seasons.
4 seasons.
That's not a long time in the grand scheme of
I know,
things
but that's why it was
for a TV
lucrative.
show.
But they were making, I'm sure those kids at least were making a bunch of money because there were
Sure.
so many episodes per season.
That's true.
And
You
it's-
did say there were a lot of episodes, especially later on,
Yeah,
right?
and it was, early on. The first season
really?
had 27 episodes.
Oh, that's fucking psychotic. That's insane.
An hour-long drama. So
Yeah, for an hour, half hour I could get,
I
but
know.
ooh.
I know. It was a lot. It was a lot, but it's a great show. And I, again, just watched that season 2 finale. It was incredible. This is just sad. The U.S. government changed Hunter Schafer's gender marker on her passport. I just hope, I'm telling this, if somehow you're listening to this and voted for our current president, this is what you voted for. The effect that trans people are going to be traveling and are literally in so much more danger because of changes like this is disgusting and revolting, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have nothing else really
yeah.
to say there. Could you explain the Apprentice director, Ali Abbasi, and his inappropriate conduct that has come out? Because I saw that he responded to it, but I couldn't find exactly what the initial allegations were.
I didn't read super into the initial allegations. Apparently, and it's sad because I wanted to talk about The Apprentice in Giving Me Moments because I saw it this week and I'll say the performances are great. Okay. And I enjoy the movie as well.
Okay.
But the performances are great. I saw an article online that apparently he was accused of groping an A-list celebrity at the Golden Globes.
Wild.
And so I know obviously the celebrity was not named or anything like that. I did not read the full article, but I also did not know he made a statement.
He did. His statement basically says, I want to address the recent articles about me directly and openly. I fully understand that my action made someone uncomfortable regardless of my intent, and for that I'm truly sorry. I've spent time with the person concerned on multiple occasions and had reason to think we had a friendly relationship. When I saw him at the Golden Globes party, I was excited to reconnect. I made an over-familiar gesture, a slap on the rear, which I intended as playful and not in any sexual way whatsoever. I quickly realized I had misjudged the situation. I apologized to him on the spot, and the following day I made sure my apology was reiterated through my representatives.
Okay. So I don't think he's a homosexual.
I don't think so either, and I'm sure it's true that he wasn't intentionally trying to.
I believe this statement.
I
think
believe it, but it's also it's not about intent; it's about impact.
Obviously.
So if the actor was offended or felt violated, his feelings are very valid.
Yeah, and so, but I appreciate that he is saying this was never my intention, and outwardly apologizing for it, and not being oh, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Why am I getting he's not being super defensive about it. He's simply just saying I'm sorry. I thought we were playing around. I'm sorry.
I misjudged.
So I think that's a solid statement.
Yes, and hopefully that actor forgives him.
So
but
I can officially say, movie's good. Movie's good, and has me worried because it's all about how Donald, just essentially it just makes me upset.
Okay.
The methods that he and people like Roy Cohn use to essentially woo the public and trick them and manipulate them and swindle them.
And y'all got swindled.
And y'all got
if
swindled.
that's unclear.
Y'all got swindled. Yeah. So it was an upsetting movie, but a successful movie in that regard and great performances.
Did you see the Kamala Harris speech at the NAACP Awards?
Oh, yes.
I love her.
her.
Everyone's going to have their commentary and feelings about her.
I don't give a fuck. I love her.
love
and she
her.
signed with CAA. She is running in 2028.
Oh, okay.
You don't think that's what
I
it
don't
means?
know. I don't know what it means. All I know is that you watch her give speeches like that, and you're we could have had that.
Didn't we almost have it all?
This is what Whitney was singing about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see more of her.
Yes.
And she's introducing herself more to the public because obviously her campaign was very short.
Yes.
Unfortunately. And so a lot of people were, because of the shortness of the campaign, were very much I don't feel like I got to know her and everything. Now she has 4 years because she's still they're doing obviously very early polling for who do you want to run or vote for in the 2028 election.
Right.
And she's, way ahead of all the other several candidates.
That's cool.
Or potential candidates for 2028. So when you see the numbers are high, like in polling, even if, it's 4 years out, she's got to be like, yeah, let me throw my hat in the ring again, which I applaud.
Absolutely.
It's like if you still think you can do a great job, and I know she can do a great job, then go for it.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited for this term to be over.
That's the thing. It's like today I almost said like, oh wow, I can't believe we're already in March. The Oscars are almost here. This year's been flying by. But then I'm like, but when I think about how many times I've thought, has it been 4 years yet?
Like the fact that it's only been a month.
I know.
And all this crazy insanity.
I know.
Is happening. Oh God, why we gotta end?
I don't know. I'm sorry. Is there any other news you want to share? News for idiots?
Oh God, no! I gotta take a nap.
Okay,
my body's falling apart.
Both of our bodies are falling apart. Don't worry. We're gonna take a quick break and then be back with more 2K Mats, the podcast. Yes, I believe his statement, but that doesn't negate the actor's feelings at the moment. Absolutely. It's rumored she's gonna run for California governor. Maybe I support Kamala all the way. Absolutely.
I support either one, but the CAA signing and like the appearance at the awards ceremony, that screams
feels more national.
That screams national to me.
So y'all, did y'all send us give me moments or not give me moments, an email? Because we're open to emails. Oh yes, we got one.
Hot. Okay, no more.
Is the first one that's just for you? Because I feel like I read one and I was like, oh, I don't have anything to say to that. The one, not that one we just got.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, great.
Okay. Keep talking. I'm going to read this email.
Okay. Are you watching White Lotus? Yes, I am. I am very excited for episode 2 and I'm very invested. Also, I think it's funny that the Patrick Schwarzenegger character is named Saxon and he went to Duke. And I'm like, oh, well, my boyfriend Jackson went to Duke. So that is not an awful douche. Like Saxon is like truly Bizarro Jackson. Jackson couldn't be kinder. And Patrick Schwarzenegger's character is gross and weird. There's all kinds at Duke, That's true. There's always, and I know this isn't going to make you sound like, oh, I want to watch this. There's always like sometimes a weird undercurrent of incest on White Lotus shows, and especially with the Patrick Schwarzenegger storyline.
What makes you think I wouldn't be interested?
Well, I'm hoping you wouldn't. I hope you're not like, ooh, gotta catch that up.
I know you guys don't want to talk about it, so I'm surprised you're on board for Colin Roan again. The thing is, I think she stands the highest chance of winning a primary because because to win a Democratic primary, you have to win the coalition of Southern states. And she could do that more so than any of those other white guys whose names are being shouted out.
I want anyone who will win.
Truly love them all.
Anyone
Every
who will
name
win.
I see, that's like in the running to people. Love them all.
Right. Yes. I want anyone who will win. But I do love her. I wear my Kamala sweatshirt.
You were wearing it when you opened
the door.
I was.
Because A, I love it and I love her. And B, it is really comfortable.
Hey.
It is
and we
super
could have been
comfy.
living comfortably in this country as well.
Yeah, remember comfort. Remember joy.
Yeah, remember that?
Thoughts on the White Lotus theme song? It pissed me off, LOL. I don't know. I was not as pissed off by the theme song, but people were so in love with the last season theme song. So I get why it being a little bit more mellow is upsetting to people. But it's also like, guys, it's just a theme song. Like, it's
just a theme song.
It's not real.
White Lotus having the weird brotherly flirtation was awful. Gay guys aren't lusting for their brothers. Who the fuck writes the show?
In fairness, Saxon did refer to his sister as hot, so it's not just the gays.
Listen, the straights incest too.
That's not what he said, but it wasn't just the gays. But yeah, it's Mike White who's came with it. Okay, not to get dark, but with Elon hacking shit, are we not concerned he's gonna hack the voting machines?
We are concerned. Don't worry. We're
concerned about everything.
Yes.
The two of us, if we're nothing else, we're concerned.
I do doubt that Trump and Elon can maintain a friendly relationship
for 4 years. No,
there's going to be a fallout.
I can't wait for that.
Of that, and they will be throwing each other under the bus.
No spoilers, but the side wars were a drunken mess.
Wow. Okay.
There
were like lots of sound issues.
Really?
Jane Fonda in the middle of her Lifetime Achievement Award speech, like the announcer came on. I guess someone pushed the button for like a commercial break, and then it stopped, and Jane Fonda was like, "And I can also beckon voices from above. It's funny. Jane Fonda also said pussies in her speech. It was great.
Did they air it or did they?
Yeah,
It? Oh,
I mean it's Netflix, so they can curse all they
Oh,
want.
right. It's Netflix.
I can't wait for Steele's thoughts on the awards. No spoilers.
Two egomaniacs. Yep, that is the case.
Yeah, it's not gonna last.
It's not gonna last.
I would be shocked.
No, 4 years. There's no way.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, is it midterms yet?
With his fucking son yelling in his face, "Shut up! You're not the real president." Ooh, did you see that video clip?
I didn't. I try not to watch
Elon's little son,
any sort of Elon anything.
like telling Donald Trump, like, "You're not the real president."
And he's right.
Did you see Steve Bannon doing it? I don't know. Oh God.
It's just wild. It's just wild. And there's so many people, and I read the stories and I'm like, I really wish I could feel bad for you. But they're like, I voted for him and now I lost my job because XYZ reason. Or like, I voted for him because I didn't think he was running on Project 2025 and all the stuff he's doing. And I'm like, we tried to tell you he is a liar and a snake oil salesman and you did not listen to us. You just could not bring yourself. We said it.
You're shouting
Kamala
it.
said it very clearly.
Very clearly. And the good policies she had planned, she said very clearly.
I know.
You see videos of him walking off the stage and leaving his son behind. How's your jaw?
I was testing.
Okay.
I think it's a 2. And the more I open it, the less it hurts.
So, 2-game match is just nothing but all day.
And what did you say about the masseuse? You gave him man. Oh, that was funny.
Oh, guys, it's live. It's live television.
I can't believe the lions ate my face. Hello. Yeah. It's also how many of Elon's children does he not speak to and their mothers? Like, is that the party of family values or whatever?
They're not good people.
They're not.
They're not good people. And they're also fucking stupid and don't know how to govern.
Yes.
That needs to be said as well. And
that's honestly the biggest hope I have. Is like, you're all so dumb that sure you're going to fuck up some things, but you can't do everything you want to do because you're all idiots. You're all idiots.
I don't like this narrative as a gay relationship with my brothers and cousins. I think this is very damaging for gay men, and writing this weird incest stuff is god awful for all young men. Let's see how far
I just don't. We'll see how it all goes. I don't think it's gay specifically. There's some stuff with the sister. I could see it being harmful, but I feel like the straight world doesn't. Like when Flowers in the Attic or whatever was big, the straight world wasn't worried about like, oh, how's this going to reflect on the straight culture? You know,
Sure, yeah.
It's like minorities always have to be representing for everybody. Not that incest is like a thing that we should be representing anywhere, but like, it's like same thing as like, oh, you're making black people look bad. Like Donald Trump doesn't make white people look bad, and he's the worst person.
He does,
but it's not specifically whiteness.
Sure,
like,
yeah.
I
There
don't know.
isn't the like white community saying.
Yes,
you're making
exactly.
something,
So yeah, it's a minority thing, which I understand is valid. But are we talking about the White Lotus? Yes.
I have TMJ. Find a chiropractor or acupuncturist.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but it's all.
Yes, the
seem
siblings.
very,
They
very
do
much
seem
like-
weird. They do seem like when I first saw the siblings, I thought the seemingly now gay younger brother and the sister, I thought they were boyfriend girlfriend. Just because the way they were kind of like, hi. And I was like, what is this?
I do think it's like when I watch something and siblings act weird with each other, like they don't act like siblings. To me, that is so jarring.
Oh, it's complicated. Those fucking kids.
Oh my God.
I hate them.
But it's like I find that like a lot of plays, like straight plays, like no music, have this problem. Like it's a play about like a family, and it's supposed to be like a middle class family and everything,
Right.
and it's like, but these siblings do not act like siblings,
Right.
And I think it's because like playwriting and like screenwriting, like in general, is kind of like seen as like a highbrow art. It's like working class people aren't necessarily all getting into playwriting, you know? And so and a lot of upper class people tend to be only children. And so I feel like they don't know how siblings interact.
I don't know that that's true, that a lot of upper class people seem to be only children.
A lot are.
I don't think
I
a
feel like that's a
lot.
very upper class thing to do.
I think it maybe if a person is an only child, it's more likely that they are.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Sure,
Like,
but I
it's
feel
not,
like I'd say 85 to 90% of like upper class or more upper middle class
Sure,
people
but
have
like,
siblings.
But that's like very much like a stereotype, like, oh, rich people, one child at the most.
I've never made that connection.
Oh, really?
No. Because to me, and I'm like, when I think about, possibly one day having children, I'm like, one seems fine. That just, kids are expensive.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Someone asked something about Cinderella for me, but I couldn't read it. I'm sorry, but I wish you the best. And they asked what I thought about the Emilia Perez drama.
We've talked about it. Yeah, we've talked.
In that SAG, they do like a montage of all the ensemble nominees.
Yeah.
And they cut Carla out of that. There was like 2 tiny little clips of Carla in that Emilia Perez ensemble montage. And it's like, ooh, Netflix is working hard to do what they can.
I mean, yeah.
I'm an only child. My dad believed rich people only had one.
That's funny. I feel like I know of several only children, and I feel like sometimes they get a bad rap. I feel like sometimes it's very like, you never love. We love only children. Because the ones I know aren't, because it's like, oh, you never learn how to share. You're like
all the only children I know are lovely.
Yeah,
yeah.
One child is enough for me.
It's a whole yeah.
Really dusty ass bin. I know. I hate that we're currently in the bin. I want to get out of the bin.
Yeah.
But hey, we got a new Gaga record coming out.
That
seems like it's going to be great.
Good era for music, we're going to say.
Absolutely.
It just seems Carla isn't bringing Zoe down with her. No shade. I wanted Ariana to win at least one award. Yeah, I thought if Ariana could win an award, it would be at the SAGs, but didn't happen.
Oh. People think I'm lovely. Good for you, Tyler. We think you're lovely
We think you're lovely just the way you are.
Maybe no more children for a while. Like, anybody? It does seem like a weird time to be like bringing a child into the world, but they say there's never a good time.
There's never a good time. People got to do what they got to do.
Yeah.
People got to make them babies, okay? That's a good segue. What is?
We missed it.
Missed it, guys.
Michael, I don't know if you heard me say that I saw you in Severance. You did a great job. Turtleneck looked great.
You're brilliant.
Hair looked great. Brilliant performance.
Music is literally the only thing keeping me sane right now, because otherwise I'd be having a mental breakdown.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's like I'm putting a lot of effort, some focus into 2K Mats and making it do well, trying to make fucking TikToks. So it's like, because what is the other option? I
don't
just
know.
can't, drown in sadness.
How many siblings do you guys have? I have a brother, older brother, and 3 step siblings, 2 stepsisters and a stepbrother.
I have an older brother and then 2 older half siblings, half brother, half sister.
Look at us.
Yes. Oh yes, I did go back to the turtleneck. What a scene to be in. Music and
rave reviews, Michael.
Absolutely. LOL, my second of Severance fame. Yes.
Hey,
I saw you.
I am not too worried about Rihanna's not radio friendly thing. By 2016 standards, work wasn't radio friendly, and now it's like, all
right.
Air. I remember when I first heard work, I was just like, what is this?
Talking about Tate not being able to hear the words that were being said. But sure. Rihanna was also singing in patois partially. Not still cringing at the mention of TikTok. My favorite thing is like Steele's 2K Mats has over 35,000 followers. You're like, I will not open the app. I just don't care.
Truly. I think it's 37 though.
Oh, excuse me.
Sorry.
Oh my
I
goodness.
only open it to every month to check
the numbers.
How many?
I think
and then I immediately close
37.5. Let's look.
Yeah, I check and then I like whatever the videos I haven't liked yet are, because I know I have to help that algorithm.
I never do that. Maybe I should be doing that.
Yes, you like everything. I like everything. I like our YouTube videos. I do it all.
You?
Yeah,
I
gotta help the algorithm. Hit that like button. Whatever. Do you guys think you can tell when someone is an only child? Occasionally, it's more so like when someone tells me, I don't notice it until they tell me, and I'm like, oh, you are. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. It's like that tracks.
2016 is literally 9 years ago.
Wow.
I've been compulsively doing push-ups since Trump was elected. I hit 55 yesterday. Thank you, Trump. I'll go back to being weak. It's good you're taking that aggression out.
Absolutely.
Somewhere. I can't keep up with the passage of time anymore. I can't believe I entered high school 9 years ago. Entered high school.
Wow. I'm going to my 20th high school reunion in April. So, yeah. It's been a while since I graduated.
You and Tyler are so different, yet so similar.
I know, exactly.
Look at you connecting to the children.
Did you see one of our TikToks? I think just recently had 1 million views.
Which one?
Yeah, this one.
Which would be the most random one?
Pinocchio. Father, when can I leave to be on my own? I've got the whole world to see.
Remember when we watched that?
I remember
Tell
that.
us, is it you? Father, I need to be on my own.
So yeah,
Cute.
that was cute.
I forgot all about that.
I know.
Oh, what a history we have.
Because we didn't know it was Pauly Shore when we were doing it.
Father.
Because I mean, he's really giving his gayest voice.
Oh,
Is
it's
he going
beautiful.
for young?
I think he's going for like innocent and naive. So he's like, Father.
He landed on gay.
And aren't we innocent and naive?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Because the real world shuns us.
They do 20th reunions. They do. I went to my 10th. They had a 15th, but then COVID happened during it. And yeah, so yeah, going to my 20th. That'll be a busy end of April for me because like from the 23rd to the 27th or something, I'll be in Atlanta. Then my birthday's 29th.
Yeah.
May 1st, Beyonce.
Nice.
Yeah. So also that weekend, we'll figure out you and Matt Bridges doing the podcast.
Okay.
Yes, that'll be
Cool.
fun.
Still not even aware of his TikTok fame.
Hey, people at his job have come up and said, I know you from TikTok.
Yeah. It's gross that ASAP Rocky got away with shooting at someone.
I saw that he did not get charged, but I was not familiar with the case. I guess he was saying he was just firing into the sky. You shouldn't be firing a gun at the sky.
No,
But,
you shouldn't just be firing willy-nilly.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, someone at my job today at the restaurant, we heard a buzzing sound
I'm scared.
really loud. And me and the manager were just like, what? Some old man is sitting at a table of 4, brought a taser to the restaurant.
Why?
And was showing the other people at the table.
Was he a cop or something? Why did he have a taser?
No, he's just an old guy.
Why?
Random guy, probably early 60s.
Did you have to tell him not to?
Well, he had put it away. I don't know the laws with tasers.
That seems very strange.
But yeah, so that happened.
Oh, Telvin's going to the May 1st show too? Yes.
Oh my God, have fun.
I'll be up in the damn rafters, babe, because she was charging.
Seems like the worst and most dystopian times bring out the best music.
Yes, people say recession pop, and we're about to be in that.
Sure.
80s, aughts, and 2000.
I mean, the recession of 2008, gave us Lady Gaga.
I mean, come on. That's how Lady Gaga came to be.
Hello. Toxic masculinity. makes you
Hello.
do crazy things. Bring a taser to a restaurant. Yeah.
No, Palmer. His defense was that the gun was fake. LMAO. Everyone thought he'd lose the case. That was crazy. Oof. ASAP Rocky was charged, but then acquitted by a jury. Okay.
So was the gun fake?
I don't know what's
Okay.
I wasn't on the jury, so I can't really speak to it.
We're wishing everyone the best. I mean, guns.
Not a
fucking
gun.
suck.
I know. I'm not a gun person.
It's
not-
why are we excited
And
about
so
this?
many people hurt themselves with a gun in the house, or
Yeah.
it's just not safe.
I don't want that.
I don't want that either.
Yeah.
Recession, fascism era of pop.
See, the other day, my boyfriend was watching Dahmer and texted me, I think, solve one of the game cases.
That's so great.
He did see me.
Hey, DJ Bob.
Hey, DJ Bob. How you doing?
Did the Mats already discuss Beyonce fans having a backlash over all the products she's selling? Is there a backlash? She's been selling shit for a while.
Yeah, she's always selling shit.
She's always selling shit. Just don't buy it.
Yeah.
I haven't bought Sacred. I haven't bought the rum or whatever.
Yeah.
Or whiskey. Sir Davis. I didn't buy it. But I bought those concert tickets.
Yeah.
She shook me down.
Because the thing is, Beyonce, yeah, she may sell a lot of products, but she's also giving us some material,
Yes.
minus visual material.
You got a Section 200 ticket for $350? Oh, babe, I paid more for a worse seat.
Oh, fuck.
I know. It's fine.
Telvin, what's your secret?
I know. You must not have been in the Beehive thing. Apparently, the Beehive pre-sale, all the prices were crazy. But I'm going. That's the point.
ASAP Rocky's case was lost because the witness was unlikable and lied quite a bit. Well, you can't lie.
Lying is bad.
Can't
The
lie.
likability, we shouldn't really put that on.
Yeah, that
You can't
it
just
doesn't
lose-
matter if you're
Right.
likable or not.
Yes.
That's if you bring the goods,
Yeah.
if you bring the evidence, that's what counts.
that's what
and that- we
counts.
will talk about that in my Giving Me Moments.
Oh. I'm in section 200 and paid 240. No.
Oh God, you
Did not.
fucked up.
I did not fuck up. That's what the prices were.
Yeah, but like they did better than you.
What did you do? You haven't even seen Bernadette Peters, and she's in the city, and I did. I guess I'm supportive of the girls, and you are not.
I have seen
Fucked
Bernadette
up.
Peters in LA alone 3 times. I've seen Bernadette Peters on Broadway 3 times. I've seen Bernadette Peters. Yeah, that's all I've seen. 6 times. 6 times.
Okay.
No, 4 times on Broadway. I saw her in Gypsy. I saw her in Follies. I saw her in A Little Night Music. I saw her in Hello, Dolly. We're best friends.
Well, I guess I'm just a closer friend because I've seen her more recently.
Okay, but like you didn't even like know like how old or hot she was.
I knew
at the time.
she was hot. I didn't know how old.
Yeah, and she's still fucking kicking.
She looks great.
Yeah.
Looks great.
Still, have you added any more songs to that playlist you were making for your friend? Oh, I'm whittling songs out.
How is he? Has he had any favorites?
No, I haven't given it to him yet.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm trying to whittle it down to 365.
Where are we at now?
We're at like 380 something.
Okay, you're
so
close.
like we can do it.
Yeah.
And I might just give him the 380 and
Yeah.
call it a day because he's down to listen to it all.
Totally.
But I did have to add some. Like I had to add Sports Car. Like I had to add that song "Language" by Ali Alexander.
Oh, great song.
Phenomenal
Great
song.
song.
That is a phenomenal song.
Yes. Fly to Canada, make a vacation out of it. Okay, should we do
Yeah.
the rest of the pod? Okay.
All right, we're back, guys.
We
And
are.
Matt Palmer, please, before we die, keel over in front of all these people.
Yes.
Please give him the ad.
Guys, thank you so much for listening to and or watching the podcast. If you enjoy us, please go to your Spotify and or Apple Podcasts and leave us a 5-star rating or review. It would really help us. We want to reach as many people as possible with this podcast. And if you really enjoy us, go to patreon.com/2GameMats where you can get extra bonus content from us, including our full unedited reaction to Tate McRae's new album, So Close to What? I can never, like, the phrase doesn't make sense. So I like what are we talking about? So it doesn't stick in my head. It's
You know
called
what?
So Close
I
to
always
What.
think. I always think of "Nice for What," the Drake song.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
And so I always think of that. And so I always want to say that instead of "So Close to What."
So Close to What? Yes, that's there. You can join our Discord, make friends you haven't met yet. You know, with people who love pop music and love pop culture, chit chat with us all the live long day. And Matt Steele.
Yes.
What section of the podcast are we in?
We are on giving. No.
Nope.
We are on Email My Heart,
Yes.
the section of the podcast where we answer any questions you guys might have. You can be a part of Email My Heart if you email us at 2gaymats@gmail.com. Do not be afraid to give us your honest opinion because last week we got a very honest opinion.
Yes.
And do not be afraid. We will have an honest discussion about it.
Yes, and I gave my honest
And you
opinion
gave an
right
honest
back.
opinion, but we love everyone. Yes. But these questions are also quite lovely. I have a wonderful email from the lovely Ethan.
Hey, Ethan.
Says, senior musical. Thought I would send a lighthearted email my heart to combat all the negative news coming our way the last few weeks. This year, I have the honor of co-directing my high school senior class musical, Bring It On. We are in the thick of rehearsals as the show is just barely over 1 month away. This is my first time directing a musical, and although it has been stressful to say the least, seeing the show come together and seeing their class bond has been giving me moments for the last few months. A few questions for you. 1, do you guys have any thoughts on the Broadway adaptation of Bring It On? The soundtrack has been playing nonstop for me since we first decided on the show in October, and I would love to hear your thoughts if you have any. 2, do you have any tips for directing inexperienced actors that aren't as into it as the others? I love that they are seeing this as a time to bond with their class, but when some of them won't even at least pretend to sing along, it can be pretty frustrating. Thanks for any input you have. I look forward to the podcast every week. Yeah, thanks.
Oh,
Ethan.
that's so sweet. Thank you, Ethan.
So, and Ethan also said, I'd love for you to check out the art on my Instagram. And I checked it out. Love it.
I love it.
Love it.
Amazing.
And so Ethan, great question. It's something first of all, Bring It On. I've only listened to that opening number.
Oh, really?
I've never heard the rest of the cast recording.
I've heard it a couple of times because my partner Jackson is a big fan of it. He loves Bring It
Okay.
On. So I haven't fallen in love with it, but I've heard it several times. And like Lynn is involved, one of his earliest things, I think. And so I think that's very cool. But I'm not like super knowledgeable of it. It's not like how I know Legally Blonde and the like. But
sure.
I've heard it.
I've heard just the opening number, and that opening number is so fucking great. It's
good.
It's a great song. And I heard it's a really fun show, and I think it's wonderful that, you want to give the kids a good time, and it's wonderful that they are having a great time with each other, because even if you put on the worst school play imaginable, as long as everyone is having a good time, then that is all that matters. Like
Yeah.
that, the whole point is to get kids involved. It probably is. In reading this again, I saw that it was just a senior class musical. So I imagine that's a little harder, like to get the kids to focus, because when it's like a full school musical, you have the people auditioning who really kind of want to be there. Whereas like if every class does an individual show, like that's more people who are kind of like just joining willy-nilly.
Exactly.
So I guess that's a little hard. Something I always say when people are directing a school show that a teacher of mine did very, very well was everyone who is like in the ensemble, give them each person a character. And that seems like a lot of work. Give each group of characters, like if people are like standing somewhere together in a cluster, like give them a backstory, like give them a reason to think that their role is important. There were so many characters in the shows that my one teacher directed. He was just very good at making each individual cast member feel like their character was so important to the story being told. He did a lot of things like during scene changes, like curtain closes and like the orchestra plays as the stage crew is setting some stuff up. How do we fill that time? He would do like the ensemble, like doing like crossing the stage and having their own little silent subplots, like no lines delivered, but just like physical things. Like my brother, when he was a freshman, he was in Fiddler on the Roof.
Yeah.
And his backstory was, whenever there was a scene change, like this girl who played his mother would cross, and he and his brother would like grab bagels from the bagel cellar, and they would like toss them back and forth, and the mother would grab and would turn around and see them and grab them both by the ears and drag them off stage. So it's like, and the audience laughed. So it's like a reason to get them to feel like their individual ensemble character is important and a part of the storytelling process. And I realize you're like a little while into rehearsals now, so that might be a little difficult to add all this new texture to the production. But just like thinking for the future, I think that could help a lot. And it also kind of just makes the show just like the production a little richer. It gives you more of a sense of what this school, for bringing on example, like what the environment of this school looks like, oh, there were these kids and there were these kids, and it makes the show more interesting beyond what is just in the script.
Right.
So I definitely encourage you to do that. As far as like kids not even pretending to sing,
Right.
Try the suggestion I just gave you. Also, you just got to yell at them.
God. Not yell at them being the advice.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just gotta holler at the kids. But you do what you can. Like, truly directing young people in a full-scale production is very daunting and a lot of work to wrangle these kids up, but really, like, let them know how important they are. Each person is to this process. And what you got to do is you got to, before opening night, before everyone gets on stage, write out like a speech to give to the kids right before they go on. That'll make them cry.
Why do you want them to be crying?
Like crying in like a good, like an inspirational
Emotional,
speech,
okay.
like saying some sort of like speech about like the metaphor of like, they came close to the edge and they were afraid to jump So I pushed them and they flew, like something like some sort of like speech before opening night. So these kids really know like, this is important. We've worked hard. I really need to focus.
Yeah.
And so maybe those kids who are just not even pretending to sing will at least maybe lip. Maybe they'll give us a good Mariah and they'll give us a good lipping.
Yes.
Which, we hope for the little victories.
Yes.
So I encourage you to try all these things. I'm glad that they're having fun, and I'm glad you're passionate about this whole thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, yeah.
We have one more?
We do have one more.
Great.
This one, hold on.
Oh.
Lucero. I love this. Girls' Generation.
Yes.
Job dilemma. Hi, legends. I am a lamb, and that has nothing to do with my question. But I'm wanting this job so I could apply I'm wanting this job I could apply for, but I'm so scared of giving up a position I'm comfortable in. What if I regret my decision? It's the same pay, but it's a different grade level that I want to try. I'm a teacher. 2 teacher emails. I love this. I like my job right now, but I do want a change, but that's scary. And what if I regret it? Any advice on what I should do? Justice for imperfect Mariah.
Yes,
love
absolutely. I love you, Girls' Generation. My suggestion is go for the job and make the decision when you get an offer, right? Like, it sounds like you haven't applied.
Let me reread.
Reread. For me, the way it was read, it felt like you had not applied. I think you go through the process, and during those interviews, maybe try to get more information about like the things that you have questions about.
Yeah,
like,
hasn't applied yet.
Oh, hasn't applied yet. I say begin the process if you're curious
Yeah.
about it, because to me, it's like, there's nothing worse to me than feeling like stuck in something, even if it's like, I'm comfortable with this and I can do it. Like, maybe you want to change. If this, tickled your fancy enough that it like is in your mind, you wanted to reach out to us about it. I say go for it. And during the interview process, if they like you and you like them, then try to get as much information from those interviews as you can, so you can make the most informed decision. Of course, you're never going to know what the job's really going to be like until you are there doing it.
Yeah, especially as a teacher, like teaching a different grade level is a huge change.
Totally.
So, and definitely reach out to your other teacher friends who
Yes.
are that grade level. Be like,
Totally.
what are the horrible things about this
Yes.
grade level that I should be looking out for? That way you can sort of gauge like if you feel like you're comfortable in doing this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely say apply, do the interview, and wait till you get the offer, and then see if that offer is
What you
if
want.
you feel like that offer is what you want, or if that offer is worth it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's good to just have as many options as possible, career-wise, and you're opening a door that could be exciting. And
Yeah.
it could be a mistake, but if it's a mistake, you'll find a different job. But if it's not, it could be like, oh, wow, I'm so glad I did this different new thing. I think so rarely do people think, oh, wow, I made this change and like it completely threw me off and I never got a job that was as good as the one I had before. I think that's just a scarcity mindset that we all seem to have. You're going to find something that you like as much, or if not more than what you have now, and it'll be something different. So I encourage trying new things.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you don't
Yes.
like it, you can find another grade.
Yes.
Yeah.
Try all the grades.
Try all the grades. See what you like.
See what you like. So Matt Steele.
Yes.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
What has been giving you moments this week, darling?
Ooh, I'm about to be insufferable.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, no, guys. Traitors spoilers.
Oh,
ahead,
Lord.
I guess. Every motherfucker has doubted my girl, our girl, Big Brother's
Is
girl.
she our girl?
Danielle Reyes
Yes.
on Traitors. She's the worst traitor ever. Meh, 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 meh. She's playing the messiest game. And it's like, girl, all those traitors were messy. And that's why it's such a good season. Sorry, they're all giving us entertainment. But Danielle Reyes, obviously, the whole season was leading up to a Danielle and Carolyn showdown, because these were 2 traitors and they could not see eye to eye. They could not agree on anything.
I couldn't believe in that last turret that they couldn't get a little closer, like, because they would have been more powerful together.
Yeah.
But they just
can't. And Bob the drag queen even texted. He was just like, guys, I think he said like love her, but like it's true. Carolyn truly like just would not agree to anything in that turret. So it's like they had a hard time working together. And I can imagine how frustrating that is, especially when it's like your other traitor, Rob, totally just threw your 4th traitor under the bus and everything. And you're scrambling. But Danielle Reyes did what she did best, and she worked with what she had. And the entire time you're expecting a showdown, and you are totally expecting Danielle to be the one eliminated because she's had a go with it. Like she, like every time she tries to do something, like it's become so hard. And the way she strategically worked that challenge to make Carolyn sort of like expose herself in the challenge. That is the Danielle Reyes from Big Brother 3, baby. And it's just like, Carolyn just fell into the trap.
And I know you have your feelings about Carolyn, but she had been playing such a good game up until that point.
Yeah. Oh no, I love Carolyn. Like I think Carolyn is great television, and like if she had won, I would have been like, good for you, girl. Like you were a great time.
It just felt like Danielle's biggest mistakes were not as big, and they were also earlier on in the show. Like when she was putting those faces, I still think when she was putting those faces up instead of herself in that one challenge, it was like, this looks crazy. But Carolyn we were so close to the end and they were really looking at everyone, especially every woman. You can't be pushing them to pick the right things or like agreeing with Tom Sandoval and no one else and then it being right. Like that is like, why did you think that?
Yeah.
It just...
And Danielle went into that round table knowing she is going to come after me today. I know it for a fact. So she came prepared with a speech with full on reasons. And she knew that Carolyn was not going to be able to like succinctly argue against it. And everything. I did wish that Danielle brought up Sam's thing of what was Alan wearing in the church or whatever. And Danielle just, everyone voting for Carolyn when for so many rounds we were getting an edit of just Danielle's in danger, and the way Danielle just flipped it and saved herself. And now she finally gets what she's always wanted, and that is her ally, Brittany, as a traitor with her. She is a legend and one of reality competitions show's greatest strategists for a reason. And I'm just so happy because she was on Big Brother in 2002.
Yeah.
This is 23 years ago. She was like a huge thing in the reality sphere. These days, she wasn't. And so I was fully expecting her to, first of all, I wasn't expecting her to be a traitor.
Yeah.
And second of all, I was fully expecting her to like last a couple episodes and not sort of be like maybe a non-event. Because she's not like the biggest person. She's not like Carolyn or like Bob the drag queen. She's not the hugest personality. Like if you were to like meet her in real life, but when you get talking to her, you're just like, oh, I get it. And so I was not expecting her to like not only give us like the television that she's giving us, but to outlast all the OG Traitors. She has tied Suri, the winner of Traitors 1, for most roundtables as a traitor survived. So we cannot be saying anymore that Danielle is playing a bad game. Do I expect her to win? I don't necessarily, because people are slowly like catching on to her. I get it, but even if she loses, we have this, and she has at least proved herself she has shown why she is considered one of the Big Brother greats. And y'all online,
oh my gosh,
listen to the children out there. Back in my day, we used to have something called reality television. And people would do exciting, interesting things because they had actual personalities and they had actual strategy and they actually tried to win things no matter what it was, regardless of who you were swearing on. A lot of people like Chriselle and Sierra going on interviews now being like, Danielle swore on her grandchildren that she wasn't a traitor, and that's disgusting. That's just, and like trying to. I hope they bring that shit up at the reunion, because guess what? Swear on your grandkids. Fuck them kids, okay? Because guess what? Your grandkids know that when you win, you can buy them anything they want. Okay, Danielle, you do what you got to do for your family and for your grandchildren, okay? To win that prize, all right? Swearing on people means nothing. Jesus God. I'm tired of people being like, they swore on this, they swore on this, they swore on this.
Especially when it's like, we're legitimately playing a game. It's different on Housewives, on Bravo shows. You're not technically playing a game, even though you kind of are. So when you are lying and you swearing, like Kristen in an early season of Vanderpump, when she said that she wasn't sleeping with Jackson, she was. She said she like swore on her nephews and nieces and stuff. That it's like they brought it up, and it's like, if this is supposed to be like, we're just documenting what's happening in your life, that does make you look bad, but we're playing a game and the game is called Traitors. Like I am not as like Danielle pilled as Matt Steele is, but if we're looking, like, I think the backlash against her is a little ridiculous, and it's getting to the point of like, remember when the normies were so mad at Sari for like lying to them? It's beginning to feel like that, and I'm like, guys, the show is called Traitors, as Eurocheese is saying in the chat as we speak. They're supposed to be lying to you. Like, that's the object of the game. That's a part of it. It's in its title. I just think, like, I don't think playing a dirty game is a real thing on Traitors.
It's not even that dirty of a game. She's like, okay, yeah, she tried going after Carolyn early, whatever. But like, compared to Big Brother 3, y'all would not be able to handle the Danielle from back then, okay? Because this is nothing. And the people who are just like, oh, her tears. Oh my God. And it's kind of like, well, they're relatively working. Like, they're not, the tears I don't think are fooling everyone.
Right.
They're fooling some people. Like, sorry. Like, and it's like, I don't know. isn't this creating entertaining TV? Like, even if you think the tears are so fake and let's get real, the reason why you're not falling for the tears is because you know she's a traitor. Like, guys, but even if her tears seemed fake when they were filming and everything, isn't it entertaining TV to watch someone like really go all out with a performance and then have it just backfire on them and completely not work? And she did all this emotional acting work for nothing. Like, isn't that entertaining? Like, I don't understand why you're using that as people are trying to like find some sort of like, oh, well, these tears are just big, therefore she's a terrible person. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, she's actually doing something on the TV. She's not like some of these other people who are literally giving us nothing but pretty. It's like, I don't know, if you can't handle like actual like and drama or like things happening on a show, maybe Summer House is more your speed.
Oh, you're so rude. I knew you were going to bring up Summer House. Look, we watched the premiere. It was not the best episode. We were just getting into it. You talk about so much shit that you, like Big Brother, you just have to keep watching it simmering. Things are going to happen. Like 4 weeks later, shit happens. Wait for
Big
it.
Brother is truly the slowest burn.
Yes.
So I can't. But I just wanted to throw that
Justice for Summer House.
Because, girl, that premiere I had to watch.
Also,
what are we doing?
Matt Steele, he didn't say it on Bitch Sesh, but he was like, I keep saying this, and I need you all in the chat or in the audience listening to explain to Matt Steele that Paige is a star. Because she's on Summer House, and she's absolutely the star of that show. And you're like saying her name in the same way you talk about Sierra on the Traitors, and it's not right. Because
they did the same in the premiere I saw, in the one episode I saw, they were always together. They did the same things. They were the same vibe.
I will send you a like montage of the great and hilarious things Paige has done since joining Summer House in season 3.
I'm be too busy watching the montages of Danielle Reyes on Traitors 3 and all the fun. I'm just so happy that she is walking away, regardless of whether or not she wins. She is the star. She is the star of the season. Like, she is the face of the season at this point, because she is either the person who you love, or the person who you hate for some reason. And that's what she was like in Big Brother 3. Like, there were people who were just like, oh, her game is disgusting. She's manipulating these people, and she's talking about them in the diary room, how she's using them, and blah, 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 blah. And the other half of the cast, or the other half of the viewers, were just like, yeah, it's what she's supposed to, like, she's playing a brilliant game. And the season prior to Big Brother, Dr. Will was doing the exact same thing in the diary room, but, you know, he was, needless to say, a man. And so people found that charming and fun. But Danielle Reyes, she does the exact same thing. And people are just like, oh, I can't stand her. It's like, wonder why. But and Danielle Reyes is the reason why Big Brother has a jury house now, because the cast went home after they were evicted and they watched the episodes, and they were just like, oh my God, there was one guy that season named Roddy who was like a super like charmer and everything, and she spent the entire season trying to get him out. And in the diary room, she was just like, ooh, he's the devil, ooh, I gotta get rid of the devil and everything. Truly like a harmless, fun just way of describing him. He was so offended.
Oh,
and it's just
God.
Like, oh my God. And the thing also with Danielle, though, is like, she's very humble about this sort of thing. Like, the fact that she's considered one of like the greatest robberies, like Big Brother, but the girl who did win, Lisa, did play a very good game. So I want to give her credit. But everyone always tells Danielle, like, oh, aren't you like angry that Lisa won and everything? Danielle flat out is just like, Lisa deserved that win because she played the game for the jury that was there. Like, she was able to gauge what the jury wanted in a winner.
Right.
And I was not. Therefore, I did not deserve to win. And everyone's just like, no, Danielle, you deserve to win. She's just like, no, like, she's very humble. She's very down to earth and matter of fact about this kind of stuff. And she's just so great. I'm so proud of her for giving us that victorious episode, that victorious, incredible moment. And I wish Carolyn the best. She's so much fun.
Yes.
She's so much fun.
She's a lot of fun.
Yes.
The only thing I will say is I feel like Phaedra was the star. Like, the only time I felt while watching the show that like there is a star of the season, or like, oh, this is gonna like change where their career really goes from the show is Phaedra last season. Like that was
I'll say that. Yeah.
That was like, oh my God, the comedy, the attitude.
Yeah.
She just was a meme every second. And again, like you said, Danielle's not like that. She has a different attitude, and that's cool. But I feel like, but the thing is, this season of Traitors is entertaining as a television show. Like the different characters, how they're interacting. Carolyn, Tom Sandoval being a fucking idiot every 5 seconds. Chriselle voting for him every time. Dolores and Tom continuously voting for each other is so stupid this late in the game.
Well, I get kind of why people are doing, like Gabby and Dylan kind of did that a little bit because they don't want to vote for, they know that each other's not a traitor, but like they don't want to vote for who they actually think is the traitor because they don't want to be like wrong and have the actual traitor stay and like come after them.
Exactly.
And, like, or like they don't want to be on the minority side of the vote. Yeah. And so they don't want that person staying and then coming after them. Like, so I get their strategy, but it's a little just like, come on, guys. So I'm just so thrilled. I was backflips in my living room watching this episode. I was nervous for the first like hour of it.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you. I'm happy for me too.
That was a good time.
Yeah.
So my giving me moments is a little confusing because the thing I'm talking about is so high concept. But if you do not want to be spoiled about Severance, then mute me or, fast forward. I won't probably go into it so much because, again, the show is so high concept. This season is so high concept. But it's one of those shows that as the seasons progress, like the seasons always start pretty slow, kind of White Lotus-y in that way. And then you get to about the halfway point and it's like, oh shit, we're really speeding up now. And I feel like we are at that moment in Severance. This last episode was my favorite of the season. And the episode prior to that was previously my favorite. So I'm just excited to see where this all is going. I'm like, how do I even, you know essentially the concept of Severance.
I do, yes.
Where, they have had something put into their brain to create 2 different lives for themselves. One, is only doing the work, whatever work they're doing, which is a big mystery. And the other one that lives life outside of the office. They want to basically bifurcate their memories, their personalities, all of this stuff. And, there have been, this last season ended with the innies, the people who only do the work, they've somehow overrode the system and they're out in the world. People believe they're their outie versions so they can see who their outie versions really are. Adam Scott finds out that, in his outie world, a woman that he is married to is actually a therapist who lives in the innie world. And she's like, that's Miss Casey, who we see and talk to all the fucking time. But she doesn't have an outie anymore. Why is that? And so we're getting to the bottom of that. And then Helly R, her outie is essentially the daughter of the head of the Lumen company, like the company they all work for. So she's just like, I believe in severance so much, I will become severed and I will do this. And that'll show how amazing. And any Helly R is the most radically anti this whole experience. She, has done a lot of things to show that she does not, she's tried to quit so many times and then she'd get a video call from her outie that's essentially you are not a person, you don't make decisions, and you are keeping this job because this is what I want. And it's outie Helly is a horrible bitch. And so this season, again, spoiler alert, Adam Scott is going through this process called integration, where even if you've had this severance process done to you, this lady, who I don't even remember her full backstory, but she has basically tried to find a way to update the chip so that your innie and outie lives kind of meld together. And so as of now, he's seeing flashes of his innie life when he's in his outie world and a little bit the opposite way around. But there's so many romantic things happening because Helly R and Adam Scott's innie were in love for the first half of the season. Helly R was down there with Adam Scott, but it was really the outie version and not the innie version. So this is the head of Lumen person who's in there just spying on all these people who have essentially revolted. And while she was down there and was pretending to be the innie version, Adam Scott had sex with her because they were kind of falling in love. Which, hot, whatever. But then the gay down there, which of course the gay's going to figure it out. It's this bitch ain't right.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
We know. The innie and outie version of us
was just she's not the same. Yeah. Helly was never cruel. You are cruel. And so he kind of attempts to drown her. And then
we're also vicious, bitch.
Also vicious. And so then she admits it, and then we finally get Annie Helly back. And so we've had Annie Helly back, and it's so good. And she just is so much more herself. And like first Adam Scott feels so betrayed by what has happened, the fact that like Helena stole Helly's body and then they had sex, and so he's upset, and then she's like, why are you being weird, what is wrong? And he's like, well, I had sex with her, and she's pretty upset. She's like, but then he goes up to her and she cries about it for a little bit, goes up to him and is basically like, he's like, well, I can tell you what it was like, I can give you, and she's like, I don't want that, I don't want her memories, I want my own memories. It's like, we're having sex in this office. And so they do. And Dylan, this other character's Annie, is basically having like as a way of like getting him involved and like because he really cares about his family that he doesn't know because he's the Annie. His wife comes in now and like they have little meetings inside of the Annie office. And when you see him in the outie world, it's very much like, oh, these two people have been together for a long time. They have kids. They have so much work. And like they're, he's not the kindest. They're not in like the honeymoon phase of the relationship. But the Annie Dylan is just so in need of affection. He's like, I just want to sit here and look at you. I think you're so beautiful and like amazing and blah, blah. So now she's cheating on her husband with his Annie. And I'm like, yes! It's just a great, great show. And Adam Scott does an incredible job. All the actors do, really, but I am so invested. And I love, now the gay got fired for, trying to drown that woman. Yeah. But we're in the outie. When the Annie was out there for that little bit of time at the end of last season, he drove to Christopher Walken's house because they had a relationship when they both worked at Lumen, but then Christopher Walken retirement party and like is only his outie, and so he kind of drove straight to his house as the Annie and like saw that he was married to another man. But now Christopher Walken and the gay outie have gotten together and been like, I think we were an item down there, won't you come over and have dinner with me and my husband Fields? And then Fields gets drunker and drunker and ends up saying, do you think you guys had sex down there unprotected? Should I get tested? And it's like, oh, Fields, you're messing up the vibe. It's a good question, but they could all get tested, and then we'd have to do this at the dinner table.
Exactly, sure.
But then Fields went to bed, and they were like, maybe next time we just hang out just the two of us. So the outies are falling in love.
Okay.
Even though, Christopher Walken's married. Whatever. I'm invested. It's great. It's on Apple TV Plus. I hope some of that made sense. It seems like you were following most of it.
I followed about 80%.
That's great. I feel like when I talk Bravo, it's 0.
Oh, well.
So you should give it a chance. It is very high concept, but and it's also slow at the beginning of both seasons, but it picks up. I'm invested. Adam Scott is incredible. All of the actors really are incredible. I don't know everybody's name, but I'm invested. I got to see what happens at the end of the season. I know it's going to blow my mind. And who knew I would like a sci-fi show? It's like, this is science fiction.
Is it like hardcore sci-fi though? Like, is it Dune, girl?
I don't know. I haven't seen Dune. There's no sand.
You've seen clips of Dune. Like,
I've just seen the sand.
There's machines and outfits that you don't recognize.
It's not that. This is just like basically the procedure you have to like suspend your disbelief for.
Okay.
And my favorite thing is when the show first premiered and when it started, like it was like, so would you do that? Like in real life, like would you sever yourself so you didn't remember anything you did at work? And then the more you watch the show, it's like, the answer to that is no. This is too complicated.
Wait, some people like thought maybe
at the beginning because it's like it would be nice that
my thoughts. Like the worst fear of my life is not being able to remember something like what I had for breakfast. Like truly, like the thing that keeps me going and mindful.
Yes,
is truly like my memory, like my life, like my past. Like I don't know. I was that kid who always looked at photo albums of my pet and like watched home videos of myself. I would just pop them in for fun, like they were movies, and I would just sit there and watch them on a Saturday.
Wow.
I value my relationship with my memory, I guess you would call it, like very much.
That's fair.
I value my memories so much, and people are always like, God, you remember fucking everything, like you're insane. And it's just like, no, I just care.
I don't
you don't care too much.
So
like the thought of not being able to remember something,
even if it's
horrifying.
like, oh, I'm going to work and I don't feel like it.
No.
And like you're like still.
I'm an actor. I like to feel everything. I like to carry the weight of the world on my shoulders at all time.
On its face, I would consider it, but once you watch the show and once that you realize you're actually creating another sentient being who doesn't get to experience love, doesn't get to experience anything outside of their work, it's cruel. It's like a cruel thing to do to someone, even if though the someone is you. Like it just feels, the more you watch the show, it's like, definitely don't do this.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely horrifying. I can't believe people are saying maybe.
I mean, initially it's like, yeah, if I could just think about like, ooh, I'm doing the podcast and going, and I'd get to go to sleep.
Okay, but the podcast would be shit if you didn't have your memories.
Like, what'd you do at work? It's like, I don't know. But then I would be able to tell you about, hanging the lights up and my jaw going out. I think everything we talk about, I never talk about my day job here. I could do this job severed.
I barely know what you do for your day
See,
job.
that's what I'm saying. I could absolutely do this job severed.
Sure.
But I won't, because it's
Thank
mean
you.
to that severed person.
Because you value the things that happen in your life.
No, I just wouldn't want to do that to a version of myself who just is all you do is work. It's just sad.
I feel like you're not being kind to yourself.
Yeah.
In the ability to create memories.
Well,
when you retire, okay,
I don't care about the memories.
if you're severed,
Yes.
like, and then you retire and you
Yes.
no longer have to work, do you then get the chip taken out and like
No.
you remember everything?
No.
That's horrifying.
No.
That is years of your life that you miss.
But the thing that I think is much sadder than that person no longer exists. Any version of you who
No longer
people
exists.
know and care about.
Yes.
Like Dylan's like, Irv is gone. Like
Yeah.
you want us to have a retirement party. Or the truth is we should be having a funeral for this person.
Yes, it's what it is.
That I think is what breaks my heart. I don't care so much about the memories, but the fact that you are creating something that only works and then when it retires is dead. Like it's just sad. It's just sad. It's a great show though. Can't recommend it because the thing is also brings up a lot of things to think about, lots to talk about. What happened?
Not think about nothing. I know.
I have things to think. I just wonder what happened to Miss Casey. What happened to his fucking wife, who still exists in the severed world, but no, not in the real world. Where's her Audi? It's great.
Where's her Audi? I also have a question about Audis.
Yeah.
Me and my roommate Travis were talking about this the other day. I feel like fewer and fewer people have Audi belly buttons these days. I rarely see them. And when I was a child, that was like a big, like, do you have an innie or an outie? It's like asking, are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right. Mine's kind of half and half. Like it's kind
Or
of.
is it? I don't know if I've ever looked at your belly
It's
button.
like Audi at the top and then any at the bottom.
Oh, that's cute. It's a little peekaboo, but like not totally.
It's a
But, like,
little.
don't you feel like you see fewer Audi belly buttons on people
I don't
these days?
generally look at people's belly buttons. I don't think.
But if they're there, the thing is, like, if you have an Audi
Yeah.
and a belly is exposed, I'm like, oh, Audi. like my eyes go to it.
Interesting.
But I feel like that's happened so rarely these days. What causes there to be an innie or an Audi?
I think it's how the umbilical cord is cut.
Okay.
That's what I think. I don't really know. I'm not.
Okay, yeah. Why are there more innies these days than Audis, guys? Tell us your thoughts.
We've really moved from severance to belly buttons
really
very quickly.
existential questions.
Yes.
Yeah, about innies and Audis.
Guys, watch Severance and watch whatever Matt Steele.
And
Watch the Traitors. The last
Danielle
episode of
Reyes,
Traitors.
queen of the fucking universe, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much for listening to and or watching the podcast. We'll be back next week. And also, if you come to the live streams, it will be a little later than usual. We'll be streaming live directly after the Oscar ceremony. But we love you all. Thank you all for listening and watching. We'll be back next week with more 2K Mets.
Bye.
Bye. Steele is getting access to a lot of bodies. Ooh.
Am I?
I guess he's just dating a lot of guys, seeing all their belly buttons.
That's not happening, guys. Yeah, but 2K Mats is a job, so like you won't be able to talk about anything that you saw.
No.
Yeah, I was thinking like if your job was 2K Mats.
I wouldn't count. I would only say day job. Like if I wouldn't be severed for this. This would be included in my fun. But then when 2K Mats got big enough that it was full-time job, my innie would die.
Yeah, and then
That would be sad.
That is literally like a huge chunk of your life that's gone.
That part I don't care about. You keep saying
yeah,
it
but like still
I don't.
You have the knowledge of what you got. Like you've gained some sort of wisdom.
Knowledge. Sure, yes. But
know?
I just don't.
Give yourself some fucking credit for how hard you work.
I know, but you care about memories a lot more than I do, especially like day job memories. Like,
Memories are all we have.
all right.
Memories.
Oh God. Bye all. Thanks. Bye Milk Panther. Medical tech and tool updating. Also, the job itself, you can't actually tell what they're doing, and they don't really know what they're doing. So we need to figure out what they're doing at some point during the series as well.
I mean, honestly, every time I walk into an office building, like, 'cause my restaurant, we do like catering orders for like office buildings.
Yeah.
Honestly, when I'm walking into an office building, that's kind of like what they're doing. They're literally just sitting around having small talk with each other. And like, maybe there's like an Gmail up or something. Like, truly, I don't know what people with day jobs do.
Right. Everyone does something different.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all just sit and talk to each other anyway. So
I'm here. I'm not talking to anyone. I'll talk to people on Slack, I guess. But I'm sitting right here.
what do you talk about?
On Slack?
Yeah.
Well, it's like, oh, well, do you need this? Or like, I wrote this up, and are we going to talk about this during grooming, during stand-up? Product manager shit.
I don't get any of that. I don't understand what you just said.
But you know what I like?
What?
The check.
Sure.
Hello.
Yeah.
Love that. Love savings. Did Fields out Bert being part of Lumen longer than the public knows. That's what Jackson thinks, but I believed Bert. I believed that Bert was like, it's only been 10 years. Season 2 is all about thruples. Ooh, I hate Teams. Teams is the worst. The thing is, there are different ways when you're at an office to like have a G chat, a Slack. Teams is essentially like Zoom, but it also wants to be Slack as well. And it's the worst application. Just FYI. So when we do our like Zoom stuff, it's like we're always on Zoom.
My mom was talking about Teams today.
Oh, it sucks.
And she was saying like my Teams video isn't recording me or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it's not working. And I'm just like, I don't know how any of this works. I'm so sorry about that, Mom. You're on your own.
The umbilical cord falls off on its own. Is that true?
Well, they cut it,
have to
but
cut
then
it
there's
at
a
some
little
point.
bit that they tie, and then that naturally falls
then
off.
that falls
The
off.
little
tie.
bud, the little tie.
I love that.
But I guess it depends on how it falls off. That
I love Teams. Who loves Teams? Lauren, don't you love Boston Rob too? Maybe we're opposites. No way, I think Fields slipped and revealed Lumen has been serving people for way longer. Remember Helena said when she was a kid she wanted it. Oh, okay. Maybe y'all are right. I was like, Jackson, no. Lumen's only been around for 10 years. Fields was drunk.
yeah,
Fields is Christopher Walken's Audi husband.
Audi husband.
Yes.
I remember that.
Remember that?
Yeah.
That's great. Sub-shading Teams, it's great. It's really not. I don't know if you work at Microsoft and in like the Teams project. I'm sorry. It's awful.
So sorry about that.
But it has a different experience with time, so it makes sense that 20 years would feel like 10 since he only lives half a life. That's true. What do you like about it, LOL? I can't wait for Lauren's Justice for Teams video.
Sure.
Yeah, also
Boston Rob. King.
That's the thing is like, do people hate Danielle more than Boston Rob?
Oh, like people online?
Yeah.
It's madness on social
Really?
media. Oh, let me tell you, all the app we do not name anymore, all those Trader fans, most of them love Danielle. It's the TikTokers and Instagrammers that are just like, oh my God, she's like playing a manipulative game. And like the tears and like, oh my God, I can't believe she did. And it's like, she's literally playing a fuck game. Like what the, like, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. You should all be embarrassed.
I mean, maybe. No, we love you, Mama Steel, just not Teams.
Mother, I love you.
I see a future Innies versus Audis game match celebrity edition. Are Taylor and B Innies? Oh, out belly button wise. I was still thinking Severance.
Oh, I think that's weird to talk about celebrities' belly buttons. But
Yeah.
we just talked about ours, and we're kind of celebrities. What letter celebrity do you think we
Oh,
are?
F. What's the lowest?
I would say Z is the lowest. We're not Z.
Oh, I don't think. I mean,
I think we're a solid.
X.
I was gonna say M.
M's high. We didn't even have 100,000 subscribers yet on
That's
YouTube.
true.
I guess it also is like what are is everyone a letter of celebrity, or are we just talking about people?
I think everyone's a letter of celebrity.
Oh, okay. If we're including every person,
Yeah.
then M seems right. If we're including like people that have YouTube channels or podcasts or something,
No, because that's like
that's
so many people.
it's a lot of people. But then it would move us lower.
It would
on
move
the
us
list.
lower,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So how do we go from M to L, ladies and gentlemen?
But hey, this all goes back to our very old Money or Fame YouTube video, and I stand by. Money's better. Go to patreon.com/2gmax.
Patreon.com/sugar.
Thank you so much. We are in a growth pilot program over on Patreon, starting on March
A growth
1st.
pilot program.
And if you can become a free follower of 2K Mats, and we'll actually post free shit for a while, which we never did before.
never did before.
Yeah, we'll remind you when this starts.
Is anyone here a free patron?
Yes, and like,
I just want to know.
what do you? Why?
'Cause
like,
we-
what do you? We don't put anything.
You don't get anything.
I think what it is, my
Yeah.
guess is it's like, okay, I was a patron for, Taylor when she released whatever, and I wanted to see Tortured
Okay.
Poets, and I will cancel until they post something
Got
that I
it.
really want.
So they
to
they
see.
don't have to create a whole new account or something like that.
But it's
Okay.
like, yeah, it's like I'm gonna become free. I can still see what they post. I just can't watch it unless I join again.
Okay.
Yes, that's my guess.
Cool. Favorite Rihanna song? We Found Love, and I love Mother Mary.
That is a great song. I say We Found Love and also Firebomb. Classic piece of music. I don't know.
We'd love more classic Rihanna. Fellow poor people rejoice. I love it.
Oh, about
No, being a free
yes, you
patron.
can see things on.
We appreciate the support.
We do.
But
We
we're just
appreciate you
like,
coming here.
but
We're like,
you like. I receive emails that remind me of stuff.
So I was able to catch your. Okay, good.
Oh, okay. It gives you notifications.
But it didn't until like a week ago. I didn't post. I'm posting this stuff now because of this pilot program thing.
Oh.
But I wasn't posting any free shit for a long time.
Gotcha.
But it's also I meant to say it on the podcast. But if you're a paid patron, make sure to fill out your Oscar ballot.
Oh yeah.
For the Oscar pool, because this will be this time next week. I didn't even know you could be a free patron. Yeah, you can. In the past year or so, they're trying to push it.
Okay. I love Man Down. What's that? Yeah, I think I might be free. And what Palmer is saying is actually I joined for the Olivia contracts and cancel, but I get the notifications of what
you're posting.
Cool.
Yeah.
So did you guys talk about Gaga? Always, we're gay.
Yeah, we're gay.
The girl I'm currently talking to called me a Z-list podcaster as a compliment.
Z?
I peaked.
You just had David Archuleta on your show.
Yeah,
baby.
Bob.
Clearly, that's not Z shit.
Yeah, the DJ Bob show.
Come up to M with us.
Yeah, the DJ Bob show's doing great.
Yes.
Okay.
It's also it's like an institution. It's been around for 1,000 years. Do you guys like Madonna's Take a Bow or Rihanna's better? I mean, I think Madonna's Take a Bow is a classic. I like Rihanna's Take a Bow, but it's like very neo-written ballad of that time. And I think, Babyface wrote Madonna's Take a Bow. It's such a classic.
I've never loved that song.
Really? Yeah. Oh, I love it.
I think it's nice. That whole Bedtime Stories album.
Well, I mean, not the whole album, but also...
It's not for me. I get...
Do you like Human Nature?
I do love Human Nature.
That's a great song.
That's a great song.
Didn't know you can talk about sex.
Yes.
I must have been crazy.
Yeah, Human Nature is great.
Yes.
It doesn't... That album never thrilled me.
I was never thrilled by the album, but Take a Bow. I think it was like... It was a number one hit after she had not had one in a long, long, long time, I think. Take a Bow.
I mean, Bedtime Stories was 94, was it?
Yeah.
And Vogue was 90, so it would have been like 4 years, which I guess is a long time for
Madonna at the time.
Oh, when you guys also make the merch avail ahead of time, that's included.
Oh,
For
that's
patrons.
good.
Okay.
That was for free patrons. That's true.
What song are you doing? Are you claiming from Mayhem Tracklist? All of them.
All of them.
I love Secrets from Bedtime Stories. How do you feel about what Gaga is doing and the Mayhem era, specifically the Tracklist and her Spotify FNQ?
I didn't know about the Spotify FNQ, but
What's
the track list,
FNQ?
14 seems like a good amount of length. Take a Bow is actually Madonna's longest number one song.
Oh, really?
Yes, Take a Bow was a huge hit.
I'm always like, okay. I think we found love and work, but I have to admit, first time I heard work, I was walking around Beverly Center and I was like, what the fuck is this? A division? That's the thing with work. Like the first time I heard it, I was just like, this is so, it's the first introduction to just like, we are entering vibe era.
Yes.
Which I don't love that era.
Right.
But I was just like, how could this be a hit? This doesn't like, where's the song?
Yes.
But then now as time has gone on, I'm just like, oh, this is a classic.
Yeah, it's like hypnotic.
It's like hypnotic. And it's like, oh no, that's what we're going for.
Yeah.
Like a true vibe. And so hats off to her, even though it's still not like a song that I particularly love, it really influenced the sound of the late 2010s.
Absolutely.
I feel.
Palmer, who you're rooting for in Drag Race? Anya. I fucking love Anya. She also can sing her fucking face off. They did the Rusical this week. And Anya Nerve is amazing. Susie too did a good job in the Rusical. Of
course she did.
Steel. She, almost got the first place.
Good job, Susie too.
She wanted to be. It was a Wizard of Oz kind of theme, and she wanted to be Dorothy. But this girl Acacia wanted to be Dorothy, and she gave it to her. And she was the good. She was Elphaba. She was the Wicked Witch. Excuse me. And she had the first song in the Rusical. Did a great job.
If I was a drag queen, I would very much pick Wicked Witch of the East and just be feet. Like, I think that is the most obvious choice for what character I want to play. They had like a certain amount and they gave like...
Yes, it's like we all look at the script and listen to the songs and decide who.
I want to be the feet and then do like a curve into the house. That opens up the door for creativity.
Yeah, Anya Nerve is she's amazing. Palmer, since you're going to Cowboy Carter tour, who do you hope she brings along from the collabs at your show? Ooh, Miley. Miley lives in LA, right? Miley.
The Rusical was actually so good this year.
It was. And thank God, because Snatch Game was dreadful. Most of them were horrible. Except, again, Anya did well. And so did Jules Sparkles, who was not my favorite, but is growing on me. She's very, very talented.
All right, Jewel.
Yes. Jules. I think it's Jules Sparkles.
Jules and Drugs.
Another bad song.
But why was Cher there?
Yeah, Cher was there.
Where?
In the Wizard of Oz musical, for some reason, they just wrote like a Cher character in.
Like the real Cher came and did it?
No, but
Oh.
a drag queen was like doing a Cher impression.
Oh,
Sam
that's-
Starr,
that's very
who I
rare.
like.
Oh my
Palm
gosh,
Beach.
she'd rather bring
Oh, I would. I'm waiting for that live duet as well. Oh wow, we've been on for 2 hours and 17 minutes. Should we wrap it up? I mean, we were talking. We had a lot
We
to
had
say
a lot
about
to say.
Traitors and Severance,
Yeah.
and I'm glad my Severance portion made sense because I was worried because it's.
No, you did good.
Thank you. I tried.
You did good.
I tried.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Don't sever yourself if that ever becomes a thing. Because you're poor
I
Annie.
thought that was a given.
I know you weren't. I was thinking about it. Dora Jam is open for Gracie Abrams right now. Is she good? I've never heard of her before. I don't know. Don't know.
I was about to say, is Dora Jam a drag name? Because that's a great
That
drag
is a
name.
great drag name. Loved the yap. Thank you. But we'll see you very soon. No, he is not. Don't spoil him.
No, don't spoil. Don't spoil.
I've only been watching Drag Race for the past 3 years.
I can assume what one sag. I can assume.
Okay.
Just because I know the taste.
Yeah.
Yeah, of people.
We love you
Anyway,
guys.
Love ya.
Bye.